You can subscribe on 97.5 The Fanatic's YouTube page. You can watch us live every morning at 10 o'clock. And you'll get a chance to catch the show live. You can always go back and watch it whenever you want to. That is the beauty of YouTube. As we
See how
say,
crappy we look.
As we say good morning to Jason Martinez. Martinez in trouble. How are you?
It's a What Up Wednesday. What up, Marks?
So I thought about that this
What
morning.
up, Duns?
We can't use What Up Wednesday. What could we do with the alliteration?
We can't use Whip 'em Out Wednesday either.
We can't. That was been used before.
What up?
Yeah, what up? That's right. Nice. I am like pumped today.
You are.
I got the juice today.
You do.
Woke up, got a good night's sleep last night, and see all the stuff going on with the Eagles and the play call.
There's a lot to talk about.
Embiid again hampered now with a right knee, not the left. McDavid's in town.
Look at
tonight.
you.
Like I'm up on my skates today.
All right. Well, Ray Dunn, good morning.
Let's go.
Good morning to you. I think I can just go home. Jason Martinez
Yeah.
is going to be able to carry the show for 4 hours.
Wonderful. Sounds great to me.
All right. Ray Dunn on the call last night of the Temple Owls beating the
right?
LaSalle Explorers. I was watching. It was a blowout in the second half. I tuned out by then.
Can we get a few first half highlights?
I'm going back to Nate during the break to tell him what I'm looking for.
Set it to the Titanic music.
No. It was
That would be good.
Ray,
or Braveheart.
Yep. So that's coming up later on in the program. We have some new A.J. Brown sound, which we will play coming up. But so yesterday, our own Eagles insider, Bill Colarulo, and we'll rank them.
We're going to rank insiders today?
We are going to do power rankings of Eagles insiders in Philadelphia. Not even
Okay, so
on
no
the station.
Shefty.
No, you can't go Shefty. That's later on in the show. But yesterday, Colarulo came out and reported that Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown on their own changed the play and
Went rogue
and ran a play on fourth down instead of the play that was called. If you kind of read between the lines from everybody else that has chimed in on this is what I know, or at least this is what it appears to be with me. And Nick Sirianni, I forgot to say this to you, Ray. He's speaking at 12:10 today. Is that correct? We should carry it.
Okay.
We should carry it because
Go to the press conference.
he's going to be asked. We can duck out after that because if he's probably not going to say anything, but it'll be fun to see the media try to ask him questions about it.
Well, the question of what play was called.
Right, and he's not going to give you anything. But I like to hear him not give you anything.
The punter would have been a good idea to have on the field.
So here's the thing: if it's true that they went out there with every intention of going for the first down on 4th and 6th.
And not trying to draw him.
Off sides, whether it was a slant pattern, which is what I've seen some people say that was called, or it was what Jalen Hurts ended up throwing to A.J. Brown. Regardless of what was called, it's a dumb idea to send the team out with the amount of time that was left, with where they could have been on the field, with the fact that you could have sent them inside the 20 and giving them virtually no shot of getting enough
with no
yards.
timeouts.
With no timeouts.
And Jordan Love.
Right, and Jordan Love, who missed actually on that drive, missed a throw that would have put them or could have put them in field goal range. So here's my opinion, Jason, on if Jalen Hurts did change the play at the line of scrimmage. It's not a 2nd and 7 in the third quarter where a quarterback going up to the line, it's routine or normal for him to see something
And check out of it.
And I got A.J. Brown, I want to go here. No problem with that.
Total autonomy.
It's a little bit different, or it's a lot different at the end of the game where this could be the game. This is the biggest play of the game. You get this first down, it's over. If you don't, they could conceivably drive down and at least tie the game or even possibly beat you. And so from that perspective, the bigger idea is to even send anybody out there and with that amount of time left. But so it probably it appeared Nick Sirianni was unhappy with the call based on his reaction and some other things that are being said.
Why?
Right. And you can see his reaction to it, which was, why would you run that there?
Yeah.
You run the play to get the first down. You don't run that.
Yeah, you don't.
What are you doing? Jalen, you don't change the play like that. What are you doing?
Yeah, there's a situational element here.
Right.
Which is, like you said, in the second quarter or third quarter at the 45-yard line, you check off it and because you see an area to take a shot on second down. But at 4th and 9 with 30 seconds left, whatever it was, that is not the situation to do that. There's no analytic that's going to support it. And you have to look at how the game has gone and how Jordan Love was playing. It made no sense.
Burying them as deep as you can in their own territory was the play
Angled
right there.
punt right to the sideline.
The fact that Sirianni at the press conference didn't even mention that there was a possibility of punting it. He just was like, well, I don't want to go for a field goal. Yeah, no crap. You don't go for a field goal there.
Well, his play calling didn't make any sense then. If he was going for a first down, his play calling wasn't congruent.
He was trying to bury. He was using as much time as possible, and then he got greedy on fourth down. But regardless of all that, if this is what happened and Jalen simply went up to the line and said, I like what I have over here with AJ, I think we can end the game, and this has worked for us before. He did it in Minnesota. He changed the play in a similar fashion against the Seahawks 2 years ago, and he threw an interception on the play, I think.
Yep.
But, I understand, Nick, that's a conversation with a coach and a quarterback being like, what are you doing? That wasn't smart. Why would you change the play? That's not and I think a lot of people are trying to run with this, or this isn't a Jalen Hurts giving the middle finger to Sirianni and Patullo and saying, I'm not listening to you. I'm going rogue, and I'm calling whatever the hell I want. I think this is Jalen making a bad decision in that spot because he thinks that he can get a completion to A.J. Brown. And by the way, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that he did that. If indeed he had one-on-one coverage and everything else, I don't know.
Go back to the Super Bowl. Remember when they had the turnover, the Zach Bond interception? He was on the sideline. Let's cut their throat now. And they went right downfield and scored a touchdown. They were aggressive. So he wants to be aggressive in certain spots. I get it. And that's a good trait to have, no doubt about it. But that situation didn't call for it. Not to mention the fact that A.J. Brown wasn't targeted after the whopping 2 targets in the first quarter again until that play.
Until then.
I mean, what is the deal here with not trying to get him going at the beginning of a game or a halftime adjustment?
So save that for next segment because we're going to play his new sound.
Doesn't make any sense.
That he said. It does. It's ridiculous, is what it is.
Devontae Smith's the number 1 receiver on this team.
He is, which is what I was saying.
He was great in the game, by the way.
Consider trading A.J. Brown. People are sending me threats. Well, I wasn't saying because I don't like A.J. Brown. Dude, you're going to target him twice in a game.
If you're not using him, what's the point?
That's next segment. But so let's look at that fourth down play. All right. It's 4th and 6. They are at the 36-yard line, and there's 33 seconds to go. If they snap it on a punt, first of all, they're going to try to draw them off sides. That's the only reason your offense comes out on the field.
And you take the penalty.
Try to draw them off sides, and then you go back to the 40, or you don't. They decline the penalty. You have to kick it from the 35, 36. Yep. Right? But you try to draw them off sides. That makes perfect sense. Take a delay game, and then you pooch punt it. Let's say that, and I'll be conservative here. Let's say that you get them to the 15-yard line. Let's say you pin them at the 1-yard line. Let's say that you get them to the 15-yard line. There's 27 seconds left, 26 seconds left, something like that. Without timeouts and in a game that's cold and the quarterback has not been good, you're asking them to go 35 yards to the 50 and then another 10 yards to get to the 40-yard line, making it a 57-yard field goal. They need to get 45 yards
with no timeouts.
With no timeouts with 25 seconds left.
Not happening. You can't get up and snap the ball and move it up the field that quickly.
Everything would have to be thrown to the sideline because anything thrown in the middle of the field, even if it's 30 yards down the field, it takes so long to get down there to snap it.
Yeah, but Fangio is not going to give you the sideline. They're going to guard the sideline.
So, the very, very little chance that if that's what you do, that they have any chance to win. As they left it, whether or not it was a A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts changing the play, or a Nick Sirianni call to try to get the first down, you're giving them a chance to win. You're giving them a much better chance to tie the game. Much better.
The fact of the matter is this, and it's really simple. The punter should have been on the field who doesn't have the autonomy to change the play. That's what it should have been. You don't screw around. It's a 10-3 game. Or 10-7.
10-7 game.
You don't screw around in that spot. Just put the punter on the field. Get out of there with the win. Why even put it at risk?
Yeah, you execute. That's what you do. When you have a good team, you have a punter that can pin you back. I'm being conservative saying the 15-yard line, too.
Yeah, it could be the 7.
Could be the 7.
Yeah, it could be the 22.
The reality is it's extremely unlikely.
Yeah, wasn't happening.
And this isn't in a dome with a kicker that can hit a 67-yard fild goal.
Well, in
that situation, he didn't hit.
It was short, and yeah.
In a dome with a different kicker, all right, maybe you say, but they don't. You know when I'm doing it, Ray? On 3rd down, I'm going for the play action pass, get the first down, end the game. Not on 4th down.
I'm not running it into the middle of the line.
And that's where they went wrong. I know why they didn't throw it on 3rd down. They wanted the clock to continue to wind, saying you punt it.
Yeah, punter should have came out. This should have never been a conversation.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's no reason. When the offense stays on the field on 4th down, I think everyone collectively across the Delaware Valley went, what?
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Everybody, Troy Aikman did.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
Troy kind of hammered the decision. I don't know what they're doing here.
Yep. While before the play was being ran, he was saying it, and then after the play. And I think the play that they tried made it a lot easier to also be like, I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, well.
Which made no sense.
Look, he's great on 50-50 balls, but that's not the spot.
Yeah, how about this? Why don't you try doing that during the game, Jalen?
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin Patullo and Nick Sirianni, why don't you try 50-50 balls in the first quarter, the second quarter, and the third quarter?
Yeah, like out halftime adjust. Find a matchup where you can get him on a guy where he's got an advantage. I don't understand this lack of scheming to him.
610-632.
Malpractice.
But is it that? See, like, Monday night was a low-confidence Jalen Hurts game. When Jalen Hurts has low confidence, it's normally because he's feeling or sensing a rush coming up the middle, and he's playing it safe. He doesn't take shots down the field.
And he fumbled already.
Yep. What did he do the two previous games before that? Letting it loose.
Yep, rip. Rip and rip.
Didn't even think about it.
Nope.
He was making throws that he wasn't even willing to make weeks before.
Put balls up.
He was back to that player on Monday night.
Yeah.
Playing it safe.
Yeah.
610-632-0975. Coming up next, A.J. Brown.
He was on Twitch.
So, yesterday I speculated he was going to go on LinkedIn and drop a bomb.
LinkedIn.
So he went Twitter.
I thought he was going MySpace.
I mean, let's not be silly. Yeah, he went.
Let's not be silly. LinkedIn.
Twitter, Instagram. He goes on Twitch last night on a stream.
He did sign up for LinkedIn Jobs.
Well, he
Open to work.
He got the
I want to connect with him.
They give you premium for 30 days for free.
Yeah, you can see you viewed your profile.
In theory, I think he did that.
Jalen
Mike
Hurts
Vrabel
viewed his
did.
profile.
He went on Twitch and he dropped some bombs last night. We'll play that for you coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
On
right, we're back at Ed's Middays with Marks. Jason Martinez.
Like these headphones. They look like the Utes.
Oh, they're nice. Where'd you get them?
One of the guys in the back had it.
Oh,
Cans.
I was going to say, because that's not the standard headphone that you find in the...
These suckers are bassy. I feel like Don LaFontaine. Day in the world, one man. You know, the movie trailer guy.
Yeah, and you look at the ones I have. Both ears work, so I'm happy. That's the only thing I...
Yeah, those things are garbage.
Ray Dunn, Jason Martinez, John Marks, Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. If you ever miss a second of the show, we mentioned YouTube. Also very available wherever you find your podcast. We break it down hour by hour, segment by segment. So you can go in and you can, say like, oh, you know what? I want to hear this. Oh,
Bite-sized pieces.
Yep. You can go in and fish around whatever you want to. So wherever you find your podcast, just subscribe, follow, like, whatever it is, Middays with Marks. Just search that. And leave a 5-star review. Ray Dunn is willing to give you shout-outs if you leave 5-star reviews. I saw you put that on your social media.
Yeah, well, we'll just have a running tab.
Right.
Right now, it's Colin Newby. So shout out Colin Newby for the 5-star review.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you leave a 1-star review, I'll find you.
Yes.
I will come
And
in.
we'll read your review.
Yes, I will. No, give your address out on that.
Oh.
All right, I won't.
We can do that?
I won't. No,
That'd be cool.
I won't do that.
Also, just 5-star reviews. I know Harry yesterday was like, we want the truth. We don't
No,
want
we
the
don't.
truth.
We
No,
don't.
We want 5-star
You can't
reviews.
handle the truth.
I can't, actually.
Yeah, I don't care about the.
Who's going to do it, Harry?
Yeah, it's sometimes when you look at the Amazon reviews and then they have to put it was a part of a promotion, like
Yeah,
in
promotional.
parentheses. So it's like, okay, so I can't take these 1,000 5-star reviews because it's part of a promotion.
It's a
Right?
bot.
Yeah, I'll
bot
take.
review.
We'll take bot reviews. I don't care.
Yeah.
5-star
AI
bot
review?
reviews. Yeah, absolutely. Fake reviews. That's
Works
fine
for
with
me.
me.
AI fake movie reviews.
All right.
I'll get the chat GPT going.
I tried to leave us a review. It wouldn't let me.
Why?
I don't know.
You're
I
part
kept
of the
trying to
show.
say.
You can't leave a review. That's a violation.
I said it was great except for the producer. I was honest.
You can't even be self-deprecating and put it in there. You're
You can.
stacking the deck.
Just have to use an alias.
Yeah.
That's
It
fine.
was definitely not Ray was the name.
Well, but Jason, that'd be like the president goes and votes for himself on election day.
Yeah, this isn't an
But
election.
it's the same thing. You're voting for yourself.
I never left a 5-star rating a review on Flyers Daily with Jason Martinez. I'll tell you that.
Well, you should. People should.
People should.
Yeah.
Not the host.
Okay. Well, I didn't say I was going to. I'm not
kinda
leaving myself a
narcissistic.
review.
Here, let's
That's
trade
Ray.
the 5-star review. What are we doing here?
I'm
I
saying-
thought we were a united front, John.
I'm saying that you're able to because you're the producer of the show.
I disagree.
It'd be tacky for me to leave it.
Yeah, I think the host is great. Great flow show. He's got great information, witty and funny, and
All right. Says
all
nobody.
the catchwords.
Says nobody. All right. So check this out. AJ Brown. Let's go back. Twitter. He put out a tweet. Instagram. He put out. So we put
Something
out
vague.
He put out a Bible verse on Twitter. He put what did he put out? Was it a hip hop lyric or something, or another verse on Instagram? And then
using me without using me.
yeah, and then the other slide was his trainer MFing everybody. A video of his trainer
Ah,
just
well.
yelling the F word. So he did not go to MySpace. He went to Twitch. Can you explain who this person is if you know that he's on with Ray?
Janky Rondo. No.
He's a famous streamer that's buddies with AJ, or he's just
I know
some
I'm
guy?
supposed to be the young voice here. I got no idea who this man is.
Well, nevertheless, so here's. Do you have cuts of it, or you have the whole thing?
Yeah, we got cuts here.
What do we got first?
All right, let's start. You asked him how he's doing,
All right.
and it leads to A.J. Brown calling the offense a bleep show.
Hey, but look, everything be good though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything be straight. You know what I'm saying? Mental good, kids good. You know what I'm saying? Wife good, everything.
Yeah, I mean, no.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Where have you been?
no. I was just checking out. Like,
No.
you my dog. Like, I still got, you know what I'm saying? I gotta check up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
like family good, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything else, no.
Man, everything gonna click, bro. Check, look. Everything gonna click, bro. Trust me.
Show.
So I had, in a lot of these instances, I had taken this where the relationship with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown isn't good, and that, like, I don't think this is an A.J. Brown, or I don't think this is the Jalen Hurts thing. We'll play more. And I have, at this point, I feel like that I finally figured all this out, that this is what he's going to do. I don't think that he's trying to blow up the team or anything like that. He is just, he's looking at it from him. Like, he doesn't feel like he's contributing to the team. He doesn't feel like that he's being used properly.
Yeah, and he's not.
He's not.
He's right.
All right, here's more A.J. Brown. What do we got here?
All right here we got him talking about if you have him in fantasy,
Oh, okay.
don't bother.
If you got me on fantasy, man, get rid of me.
We got to get him on the phone. He's got to get a better mic if he's going to do these Twitch streams.
Something.
It sounds like he swallowed his phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on,
the
man.
audio quality is not good. So he said,
Step it up.
And he's right. If you drafted A.J. Brown, used the second-round draft pick on A.J. Brown in fantasy, and he's getting 2 targets before a final heave-ho at
That's
the
a
end of
bust.
the game, it's a bust.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, like 400 some yards this year. That's it.
And it's not because he sucks. It's because he's not throwing the football.
Yeah. That's as much to do with it. You know, when you're drafting a guy, it doesn't matter how good he is. It matters how much they use him.
And it's almost self-deprecating what he's saying right now, which is he's not calling anybody out. He's not calling Jalen Hurts out. He's saying that
Subliminally a little bit.
It's a bleep. So see, I think it's more about the offense. I think it's equally about the offense, the play calling, and Jalen Hurts. Because Jalen Hurts, if he wanted to, could throw the ball wherever he wants to, whenever he wants to.
Well, there's times when he's open and he just overlooks them.
He either doesn't see him, or he's afraid to take shots because he doesn't want to throw the ball and throw an interception.
I think this whole thing of him not turning over the ball has been a factor this year at points in the season. Not putting the ball in peril because he's been so good about protecting it this year. You know, what does he have? 1 interception? 2
One interception, 2 fumbles now.
Yeah, I mean, that's absurd, right? When you're 9 games in.
But that's low confidence Jalen. I'd
Yeah.
rather him throw an interception
You
every
gotta take some risks.
game.
Look at Brett Favre.
Yep. Yeah, like not Brett Favre.
That's a little too much.
But listen, AJ's got one-on-one coverage on the outside. Maybe he doesn't even have one-on-one coverage. Let the dude make a play. He's an athletic freak. He's got big, strong hands. I mean, how many times do we need to see it?
Or run across the middle and have a pick scheme. Something to get him into space. Get him the ball and get him involved.
We have more, Ray?
Oh, we do. So while he was playing Madden, he targeted himself. So here's one play where he gets the ball down the field. Later on, a touchdown for him. And here's how he reacts to himself scoring a touchdown.
Good things happen when you get touchy shit. Oh, so on 11, some love.
And then get a little back for the next one.
Touchdown! Hey, you see what I'm saying? This has been the only positive.
Only positive.
Sorry.
Only positive he's got.
Sorry, I couldn't hear any of that because there's 15 things going on in the background.
Yeah, those Twitch streams are just an absolute mess.
Awful.
Yeah, it's
Awful.
mess.
Well,
But
I'll give you one that sounds clear.
All right, we got.
This is the only highlight he's got.
I'm telling you, bro. That's the only highlight of the damn football I've been living right now.
Man, just audio is just horrific.
Yeah. So he's on Twitch, and this is his way of venting about his unhappiness with, you could say, the way he's being used, or just overall his results as a wide receiver.
He's had one game this year where he was targeted 10 times. 1, 8, 10, 9, 8, 9, 6, 3. He averages 6.75 targets a game.
So do this.
Hit 3 last game.
So we'll do this. We'll have the answer to this coming up next. What's the average star wide receiver? How many have they been targeted this year per game? What would the number be
Look it up.
compared to A.J. Brown? When you run an offense that doesn't want to throw the ball 40 or 45 times, and when you're winning in most games, you're not going to throw the ball. When you're down, you throw the ball a lot, and when you're a pass-heavy offense, you throw the ball a lot. Neither one of those things are the Eagles. We'll talk about that coming up next. Also, and I would love to hear what fans think about this whole thing. 610-632-0975 text line. 610-632-0975. I no longer am annoyed with AJ for talking like this. This now becomes the Eagles' problem and the coaching staff's fault.
Yeah, they have to manage it.
They have to manage it, and they're doing a poor job of managing this. And the quarterback, too.
Yep.
610-632-0975. It's Middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers beat the Celtics. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. The 76ers came back in the fourth quarter to beat the Celtics 102-100 Tuesday night. Justin Edwards scored 22 points on 5 of 6 shooting from 3. The only miss was a putback by Kelly Oubre for the go-ahead bucket.
Back out top Edwards. 3-point shot in the air. It's long, no good. Rebound, Oubre. Put back good. Sixers lead with 8.7 to go. Timeout, Boston.
76ers now 7-4 on the season with the win. They were without Joel Embiid last night. He did not play as he's dealing with right knee soreness, now considered day-to-day. MRI showed no structural damage to that knee. In Eagles news, Jair Alexander today was put on the retired reserve list as the Eagles activated Jacorian Bennett. Right now, Jair Alexander reportedly away from the team as he tries to deal with his own wellness. So the team without him, bringing back Jacorian Bennett from injured reserve. The Flyers have the Oilers tonight at 7:30. You can listen to that game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic, Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, we're back. It is Middays with Marks. We're going to have Nick Sirianni. He's going to have to question the answer and answer the questions coming up at 12:10, his scheduled time. He's going to be asked about what came out yesterday. Eagles insider Bill Colarulo reports that A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, or maybe I should say Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, changed the play on the last play of the game. Went from what Nick Sirianni called, which was whatever, maybe a slant route, but it's certainly a shorter pass, and they audibled or they changed the play to that, which I'd seen some people out there on social media, some people, either reporters or Eagles personalities, that said that's what wide receivers and that's what quarterbacks do. They go up to the line of scrimmage, they say, hey, I don't like what we called, I like this better, and you change it. I just don't think that is something that you normally would do on the final play of a game on fourth down where you're trying to pick up a first down to end the game.
What was it, 4th and 6?
4th and 6.
4th and 6? All right, I'm going to put this in and see how often that play hits.
4th and 6?
4th and 6 in the NFL.
I think in that
43.1%.
But in that situation, I remember seeing some graphic somewhere. I think it was during the broadcast. It was a high percentage on what you do there, which is punt.
Well, in the situation when you're up 3. Because they haven't moved the ball. You got to consider all that.
A lot of the problem with analytics is a lot of times it's not looking at the situation and how the team has been playing. Like earlier you said, if the team's playing crappy, that's a lot different than the team's playing very well.
Yeah.
You have more confidence to call a play or say, hey, no one's going to stop us with this. So that all that stuff matters too. But like I would agree, and I would see why the coaching staff may have reacted and said, what are you doing? Why would you call that? Why would you throw that? That's not what we're trying to do there.
Yeah.
Right? But it's also not a Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown went rogue and said, no, F them, and we're going to run this play, and no one else is like, no, like, F them, we're going to run this play. Yeah. I think Jalen made the decision that he was going to check out of a play and run something else.
He saw the one-on-one coverage outside.
And it was probably the wrong decision.
Yeah.
But they should have never been out there to do that anyway. They should have never went for it there, ever. That was a punt.
In that situation, with the time on the clock, no timeouts for the pack, you put the game in peril for no reason.
Correct.
Because they were not moving down the field and tying that game.
Bad job by Nick Sirianni, and bad job by the Eagles, Nick Sirianni, Kevin Patullo, everybody involved with A.J. Brown. Yeah. So, like, just for reference, so everybody agrees. A.J. Brown's not having a great year statistically this year because he's not getting thrown to, but will we still agree that A.J. Brown is among the top 5 wide receivers in the league? If he's not top 5, he's top 7. Something like that. He's an elite wide receiver.
If he's used properly, absolutely.
If he's on a pass-heavy offense, he's a 1,500-yard receiver.
Yep.
He's close to 100 catches, if not more. He's double-digit touchdowns.
He's 10 targets a game.
He's 10 targets a game.
Yep.
He's 10 targets a game.
Yep. He's averaged 9.7 over the previous 3 seasons. Targets per game.
So that's about where he was.
1,400 yards in 2 of those.
So it is now. A.J. Brown went on Twitch, and he had the comments. I don't care. A.J. Brown, you know what? You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And you're going on and you're saying things. I don't even think it's a big deal anymore if he says anything. All right?
He's here. He can't go anywhere.
Nick Sirianni, Kevin Patullo, Howie Roseman, who's the quarterback's coach, whoever. How about you not only say, hey, we're going to get A.J. Brown involved in the offense, you actually do it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jalen Hurts. How about instead of being gun-shy and low-confidence Jalen Hurts, you let it rip, you let it fly, and you know what? You say twice a game, we're going to take a deep shot with A.J. Brown.
Also, when I see something I like, we're going to do it. And commit to it.
Commit to it.
Yes.
Slant routes. How about an end around? Yeah. How about you line them up in the backfield and then send them in motion? Some type of
just
new wrinkle.
Use them. Figure it out, because not using him is a waste of his skill set.
It's become an issue where now this is malpractice that they're using him the way that they're using him. It's hurting the team, and it's hurting the player, and it's hurting the chemistry on offense.
Absolutely. And for no reason, because he can help you. Think how much better it is to run the ball when A.J. Brown's involved. It backs everybody up.
It sure does.
I mean, come on.
Let's go to Steve in Westchester. Steve, how are you?
Who, me?
Are you Steve? Oh, Steve in Collegeville.
Yeah.
Sorry. I saw a Steve in Westchester before.
Collegeville.
Steve in Collegeville. Steve, hello.
Well, I wanted to say Collegeville because that's near where you live, right?
It is.
Well, you could have said Westchester because that's where I live.
Yeah, we have it both.
What's the matter with you?
But
And Ray's from Oaks, PA. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically between Oaks and Collegeville, but nobody knows.
Congratulations.
You want Ray's address? You guys can go over and hang out.
No, I don't like Ray very much.
Wow. Oh, wow. All right.
I'm just kidding. I love Ray. So, yeah, I never call, but this whole thing got me wondering. I'm just curious. Opinion. What if the original call, they were at the 36-yard line, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if the original call was to go out there and try and draw them off sides? If they draw them off sides, you're 5 yards closer, which is a better opportunity for a field goal kick for Jake.
Well, I think they do they do the tush push at that point.
Well, because tush push, that's 5 yards. I'm just thinking. I'm just saying. Or if they don't draw them off sides, you take the penalty and you get 5 yards further back, which allows for a better pooch kick.
The word
So
we're
I'm
hearing,
just
though,
curious.
Steve, is that they were
not the
intending
case.
to go for it. That just wasn't the play they wanted to go for it with.
Steve. So everybody that, and we have Jeff McClain came on the other day and kind of said what some others were saying online, which was, no, they actually were going out there to run a play, and it's not the case that they were going out there to draw sides. There's not been one person that's affiliated with the Eagles, reporters, radio people, whatever, that have said, no, Nick Sirianni, like, if that was the case where he said go out and try to draw them off sides and then Jalen changed the play, that's a big deal.
That's a big problem.
That's a problem. Him changing from what Sirianni originally called, if Jalen looked at it and said, that's a crap play, why am I going to run that? I'm going to go to AJ. I guarantee it's not the first time they did it.
No. Well, go back to that Seattle game. They did it there.
And it's probably not the first time that they've done it this year.
But why is he doing it? Is he doing it to whet the appetite of his star receiver that hasn't been targeted?
No, I think he thinks that's the best play to
salt the game.
To make at that point. Yes.
Well, that's bad judgment.
Well,
it's not judgment I expect out of him.
It's bad judgment, but it's worse judgment to send him out there with a play to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, just send the punter out.
If Jalen Hurts would have changed from he's trying to draw them all sides to actually running a play, that is benchable. That is bad.
Defiance.
As Stephen A. Smith once said.
Bad. Yeah, you can't do that.
Bad. Yeah, this is very, very bad.
Did you pick up on what Aikman and Buck were saying during the game, too, about their meeting with Hurts during the broadcast? Joe Buck, he doesn't say things by accident.
Right.
He said, we had our meeting with Jalen Hurts, and we asked him about A.J. Brown because they were talking about the lack of targets. And Joe Buck said that A.J. Brown, or Jalen Hurts said to him, he's a great player, and he's here, full stop. And then he referenced a conversation that Troy Aikman had with him one-on-one, but gave no details. Now, why is that?
Because the details that were given were off the record, and they're not going to share.
And they're
them.
salacious.
But it gave. I mean, I don't.
Not salacious, but they were critical.
I honestly don't think that AJ has anything bad to say to anybody, and this is his way of reacting to everything, which is a little bit bratty, for sure. But I don't think it's hurting the team.
No.
I don't think it's hurting the team at all. It's just that's AJ. They're probably going to ask him if he wants to stay after the season, or they're going to decide to move on. But him change, honestly.
You know what's hurting the team? Not using them.
Correct.
610-632-0975.
610-632-0975. AJ's right.
He's not wrong.
I don't really know what to say.
As our old programmer said, I don't disagree.
All right, phone reaction next. Text reaction. The text word's going crazy. 610-632-0975. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, it's Ray Dunn and FanDuel. The partnership with Valley Forge is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel is the best place to combine all your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. That's $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way that you want. And if you're looking at the association tonight, you got the Knicks on the second night of a back-to-back going up against Orlando. Now, that game is up at the Garden. But Orlando, if you're looking at the way they're playing, it's been a little uneven. The Knicks had to play deep into that game last night. They did get the victory. Might not have the legs tonight against an Orlando team that can run. Paolo Banchero, back-to-back games with 28 points. Maybe you're looking at his points over. Maybe the rebounds over for him. And Orlando to win the game. You put that one in. If your first bet, $5 bet, $150 in bonus bets if it hits. Head to FanDuel.com/endzone. That's FanDuel.com/endzone to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. 21 plus, the President of Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I found something on the board. You remember this one? It's on page 2, maybe. Let me break it down a little bit. Ready?
Send that to me. I need that.
Tony and Harry laugh.
Oh, my God. It's the cackle.
That was always I had 2 laughs that I used, and the Kevin Eubanks laugh isn't in there anymore. This is when I worked with Mike.
I remember that one.
I had Kevin Eubanks came on, I think it was during one of the Phillies runs, because Kevin, formerly the Tonight Show Band. And
Yeah.
Philly guy, unbelievable musician. He came on the show a couple times, and he gave us a Kevin Eubanks laugh. It was really funny. And then this, and I don't know if I got this when I was working with Mike or after I worked with Mike, but this was my standard laugh.
That's the 2 of them cackling. I had one, too, that was just Tony going.
Tony is, yeah. Tony. And I had a Jody Mack laugh that I had for a long time.
Oh,
I don't
agreed.
think that's...
Agreed. Adam McMahon, give me a favor.
Love Jody.
I do, too. By the way, I want to read this tweet from Harry.
Please.
He said, at Harry Mays TU, and he was here yesterday, of course, and I think he'll be back Friday, if I recall.
Correct.
He said, am I the only one that finds it very odd that 2 of Howie's recent acquisitions came in, took a look around, and said, I'm out of here?
and he's talking about Jair Alexander. Save that for next segment because we're gonna mention that because he kind of retired. I don't know if you remember this, Ray. I kind of called it when he wasn't active and didn't travel with the team.
Yeah, he's like, what am I doing?
But anyway, so AJ Brown. Give me some tweets on AJ Brown. What he said last night. If he's coming out at this point and he's naming names or he's complaining about the offense or whatever, more or less he's just saying don't, if you're in fantasy, don't release me. Some of it is he's just disappointed that he's having this type of season. So what are some tweets coming in on it, right?
All right, we got Sean from Cinnaminson. I'm 100% on AJ's side on this. What other good team doesn't throw their best wide receiver the ball? Even Joe Flacco finds a way to get it to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, Prescott to Lamb and Pickens. This is an Eagles offensive issue. This failure to get weapons involved. They shouldn't lead the league in 3-and-outs with all the great players they have. Clearly, they don't have the coaches to figure it out if they had 15 days off and still failed.
On pace, Jason, on pace to have the most 3-and-outs in a decade.
That's insane. For 7-2.
In the NFL, not for the Eagles.
That's insane. They're 7-2.
7-2. Yeah, no, like we do have to take a step back and say they're 7-2. Another text there, Ray?
All right, unnamed texter. The reason I kind of side with AJ, and I think it's come because of the coordinator. Shane had Jalen and AJ putting up good numbers, and we still were able to run the ball. You see him doing it right now in Indy. We need answers.
Yeah, I don't think you need to be a genius to throw the ball to AJ Brown. I don't know why they're not.
No, this is not complicated. This is not trigonometry or calculus. It was all right in trig. Basic math. I never got to it. This is basic math.
Basically, it is.
1 + 1 = 2.
This is addition
Don't
and subtraction.
complicate it. Yes.
So, Ray, I'll ask you this because Jason already knows the answer to it. 2025 so far this year, and AJ hasn't missed games, right? He's played
one game. He missed.
So he's played in 8 games. Okay, well that's we'll count. We'll take that into account. He's played in 8 games. As far as targets for wide receivers, where do you think he ranks from the numbers? Not how many targets, but as far as wide receiver rankings, because there's some tight ends and a running back or two ahead of him. So where do you think he ranks out of wide receivers in targets? Just targets.
47th.
I'll say 100th.
No, he's 34th.
34th?
Which
54?
Takes some steam out of what I'm trying to say here. Jamar Chase has 107 targets this season.
Almost twice as many.
And A.J. Brown has 54. So half.
Devontae Smith has 62.
Devontae Smith has 62. But you look at some of these names that are above him, right? And, again, this isn't A.J. Brown that's 32 years old and has lost a step. This isn't A.J. Brown. No, A.J. Brown is in his prime, and I think this is what it makes it more infuriating for A.J. Brown and why he has a difficult time handling it. A.J. Brown, all right? How about Dubes? Romeo Dubes has more targets than A.J. Brown. How about Khalil Shakir? How about Kyle Pitts, Dalton Schultz, Juwan Johnson, Deebo Samuel, Stephon Diggs, who's totally cooked. He's not like good possession receiver right now. Jake Ferguson, Cortland Sutton, Rashid Shaheed, George Pickens, good player. Troy Franklin, not Tony Franklin.
Yeah,
Jason.
Yes.
Troy Franklin, who's actually pretty good too.
And all players that are not 28 in the prime of their career. Like the other part of this is he's 28. You get one more contract in his prime and bank a ton of dough. But if you ain't got numbers, you don't get the contract.
Nope.
It's not easy for your agent when you have 650 yards and you're not being targeted.
Hall of Fame legacy, I'm telling you, he's thinking about that.
Absolutely.
He's thinking about the next contract, as you should be. This is the NFL. This is not Major League Baseball. You don't have
to be selfish
contract.
as a player. You have to be.
Of all the sports, you have to.
And it's not long.
And I'd be pissed, too.
Me too.
Because any fan out there or anybody in the media that watches the Eagles play on a week-in and week-out basis, you have to be looking at it and saying, what are they doing?
Yeah.
How does he get 2 targets? They're struggling to move the football. They can't score points. Let's not throw it to our best player. Let's try to get a matchup where you get one-on-one coverage with A.J. Brown and then you let it fly.
Scheme to get him involved because you benefit from it. Like you used the word earlier. I've used it a bunch. It's malpractice to not scheme him. It's malpractice. It doesn't make logical sense.
It doesn't.
And I don't know if I should blame Kevin Petula, Nick Sirianni, Dalen Hurd. I don't know who the blame is.
All of them.
D, all of the above?
All of them, because you know when Jalen doesn't throw to him and he's open or he has a shot to throw it down the field, when he doesn't have confidence, he doesn't want to let him fly. And that's been a good part of the season.
And you also go, while he's in that room, he can also say, let's get him involved.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they go into games and they're not planning to do it and they just can't execute it. I don't know how much of it is.
All right, so how much
Jalen.
of a detriment is all this? Where does the rubber meet the road and it becomes a problem? Because they are 7-2. They own like every tiebreaker in the NFC.
I only think it becomes a problem because the offense won't be good enough. I don't think off the field it becomes a problem. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I mean, where it hurts them on the field.
It kills them on the field.
Not Jalen Hurts, but hurts.
Not Jalen Hurts. No, it kills them. The offense, they score 10 points.
Yeah. So in the playoffs,
In the
it ends
playoffs,
up getting them bounced.
Maybe. I mean, the whole reason has been explained to me that you keep A.J. Brown and you don't trade him for 2 first-round draft picks is he's such a good player, which I agree with.
But then why not use him?
You give him 2 targets. 610-632-0975. Charles in Voorhees, we start with you on the other side. 610-632-0975 on the text line.
I don't want to hear what he's saying. I forget it. I'll react when he.
Jair Alexander stepping away from the Eagles. What is that? We'll talk about that coming up next. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers beat the Celtics. I'm Ray John with this Fanatic Sports Update. 76ers came back in the fourth quarter last night to beat the Celtics 102-100. Justin Edwards scored 22 points on 5 of 6 shooting from 3. The only miss was put back by Kelly Oubre for the go-ahead bucket.
Back out top Edwards. 3-point shot in the air. It's long. No good. Rebound. Oubre. Put back good. Sixers lead with 8.7 to go. Timeout Boston.
That's how it sounded right here on our airwaves. Tom McGinnis on the call. Sixers improving to 7-4 on the season. We did get news yesterday. Joel Embiid not playing last night as he deals with right knee soreness. MRI showed no structural damage. He is day-to-day. In Eagles news, Jair Alexander was placed on the retired reserve list this morning, and Jacorian Bennett was activated from injured reserve. Reported last night that Jair Alexander is stepping away from the team to focus on his physical and mental well-being. The Flyers and the Oilers playing tonight at 7:30. You'll be able to catch that game right here on 97.5 The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
What? What? Huh? Uh-oh. What?
The song is
would say no.
What's the difference between me and you? We should have done a remix with Bernie.
What?
The difference between me and you.
I like that.
What?
Those are different ones.
They are different. All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. Jason Martinez, Ray Dunn. And remember the podcast? Yes. Like, review. Only 5 stars are allowed. But watch on YouTube.
I think you can't limit people to just the 5-star.
Okay, 4. A guy yesterday in the YouTube chat said he
Everybody
rates.
loves the show.
He rates it. No, they don't. They rates,
don't?
Well, they may like the show more than me. Somebody yesterday in the chat said he gives me a 3 out of 5. And Harry was saying that's good. And it's not good. 3 out of 5 is not good.
That's like a C in school.
Well, it's a 60% if you're looking at a percentage.
Oh, that's true.
It's less than a C, but I get what you're saying.
Is
It's
it passing?
satisfactory.
Did
It's
you
passing.
pass?
It's passing, but barely.
Matriculating to the next grade?
A 3 out of 5 is I'll listen to the show,
Despite it.
but I don't really think you're good. But I'll listen to the show and I'll watch, which I guess ultimately that's fine. But like yesterday, I was going through one of our videos that we put out it got a ton of comments and likes and things like that. And I was looking at some of the comments, not for anything with me. I wanted to hear what people are saying about it. And like, I'll just be totally honest. I don't like being called a clown with the clown emoji in
They were calling you a clown?
Funny like a clown. May amuse you.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I was being very positive on whatever I wasn't being a jerk or contrarian or anything like that. I think I was being supportive of our team. And I was getting a lot of clown emojis.
Wow.
Or people are like, you left WIP for the Fanatic. Like, oh, shut up.
Oh, my God.
Leave me alone. A lot of that stuff. Even on Instagram, people are being mean.
Like you left Burger King for McDonald's.
Right.
You know, like, come on.
I don't know. I don't like the clown emoji. People are mean.
We'll try to police that. We'll get the digital on that.
Well, that's today's society, though. Everybody can fire off a tweet or something from, their phone.
Yeah,
No face-to-face, and it's easy.
I know that. It's fine. It's just, but that's why I don't typically look at what. It's always nice.
That's why I'm concerned. You say you don't usually look at the comments.
Well, I don't because of that. I don't look at my mentions on Twitter for the most part because of that. People are mean, and I don't want to be.
Does it affect you?
No, it doesn't affect me.
Clearly, it does because you won't look at them.
Well, I don't. Yeah, but it doesn't affect me on the air, which is why I don't look at them.
Yeah,
I don't want to change. I don't want to change what I do on the air because if I think what I'm doing is right on the air, then I don't want to change it because I'm not trying. Because you're never going to make everybody happy. They're going to call you a clown regardless.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Jair Alexander, it was a notable trade because it was right before the deadline, and he's a former Pro Bowl player. Really, not that far removed from being. He got a big contract in 2022. Packers cut him. Ravens signed him 1 year, $4 million contract. He was a healthy scratch, or I say healthy in air quotes. He only played 2 games this year. He got traded to the Eagles. They only gave up the difference between a 6th and a 7th round pick, so it was a pick swap essentially.
Yeah.
6 and 7. They didn't give up anything. And at the time, my strategy on Jair Alexander was I have no expectations, and if he ends up being good for a game or just being I have no expectations. And then when he was scratched, and the reasoning was coach's decision, knee. My reaction was they put him on the field, and he's got nothing.
His knees are shot.
And he's cooked, and I wouldn't be surprised if he retired.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened.
So he stepped away from the team to focus on the knee and the mental aspect of everything, but he's done.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's not
cooked.
losing anything because he wasn't going to be able to give you anything.
Right.
So it's no loss.
So
the pick swap is what it is.
He comes here, and he's like, fresh start. Like, here, absolutely, get on the field. Here's
Chance
your
to win a Super
opportunity.
Bowl.
and he goes on the field, and everybody's reaction is he's got nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you come here, you're on a really good team. You got a chance to make a real run at it and end your career on a really high note. And when you just got nothing left, you got nothing left.
Right.
When the knee's done, you're done.
Yep.
The league's too refined. If you can't have that explosiveness, you are cooked.
Yeah, it's the wrong position to have bad knees.
No.
Yeah, it's the wrong position. Even wide receivers, if they lose a step, they can still be possession wide receivers, good hands. Some
can have the IQ to put themselves still in a position to be a good receiver by being able to think the game better.
Some corners can go to safety when they lose a step, and they're physical enough to do it.
Yep.
Charles Woodson did it. It helped. It contributed to a Hall of Fame career. That wasn't Jair Alexander.
No, it was over for him, and that's fine. The pick swap is what it is. It's no good.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care.
It was worth the shot.
It was Ray. What did he say, Ray? And Ray actually was on. I think it was Ray that was on to this. But Jair Alexander, after he gets signed, they're like, "Yo, hey Jair, what are you bringing to the team? Do you have it right here?"
Oh, I had him say he feels healthy, but no, the one you're talking about is when he said that he was bringing leadership and he was bringing confidence. Yeah, swagger. He didn't mention anything on the field.
No,
because he knew he had nothing to contribute on the field.
He knew.
When you know it's over too. Like
he
player knows it's over.
He knows.
When that trade went down, and we did the reaction video here. A friend of mine that's down there in Baltimore, has been around the Ravens, saw the reaction video, immediately shot me a text like, "Yo, man, he's cooked.
He's cooked. And he's cooked.
No need to celebrate on that one."
Yeah, sometimes you bring in the right player, but at the wrong time.
Yeah,
like the Flyers have been.
Flyers did it for years.
Yeah, you could field an entire team of right player, wrong time. Guy is totally shot. Yeah. You know, and we get enamored with names like we did it with Chris Webber. Remember when?
Sure.
I mean. I think Anthony had a chair down on Broad Street, you know, like saving the parking spot for the parade, and he was shot.
Yeah,
we didn't see him come close because he was in Sacramento.
You don't watch him every game.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what Jair Alexander. So, if you're looking for the take of, oh my God, you had Darius Smith come in, he retired. You had Jair Alexander come in, he retired. I don't believe that at all. Look at Jalen Phillips and what he said about the locker room, the organization, everything.
He loves it here, man.
He loves it here, yeah.
BG next to him in the locker room.
You're damn right. Let's go to Charles in Voorhees. Charles, go ahead, man. What up?
Hey, guys. What's up? By the way, where was the due diligence with this Alexander? I mean, didn't they bring him in for a workout and say, you know what, the guy's knees are done?
Well, I think the work
it's a trade. You can't bring him in for a workout.
I think the workout was when they brought him in and they put him on the practice field. Because if they would have done that before they traded for him, they would have said, "Nah."
And you can't do that. You can't work out a guy you're trading for.
Right.
Well, it's interesting. So anyway, getting to the A.J. Brown. Look, I watch a lot of the TV, a lot of the guys, the analysts, and Baldingers and Jaworskis, and I'm yet to see any of them jumping up and down, showing film that A.J. Brown is wide open on this player, that player, several plays, or anything like that. So, my thoughts are this. You got a guy like A.J. Brown who demands the other team's best receiver on him, probably, anyway.
Best defender. Yeah.
That leaves the best corner, number one corner is on A.J. Brown. Leaves Devontae Smith with their number two. Devontae's having a great year. Leaves Goddard possibly a little bit more open. He's having a good year. And now our running game's starting to get going. Defense has always been good. You got Jalen Hurts with, 15 touchdowns, 1 interception, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. They're 7-2. And they're 7-2, right? So I don't know that he's necessarily open on these plays and he's just not getting the ball to him. He may be covered. Maybe he lost a tiny, tiny bit of a step. He's still a great player. But, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's like, I don't know. I guess we're hovering the magnifying glass over the whole team, and it's over AJ, and we're saying, why doesn't he have 1,000 yards at this point in the season?
Listen, Charles, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
He doesn't look cooked because we haven't seen him enough to look cooked.
I disagree with everything that you said. He is not cooked. There are videos that are on social media that show him wide open. And here's the other thing. This isn't college football. Guys aren't 5 to 6 yards, 10 yards wide open like they are in college.
No, they're blanketed.
You need it. Half of a step is being open. The ball needs to be put up. You need to lead receivers. You need to do 50-50 balls. They're just not throwing him the ball. They're not giving him a chance.
Yeah, he's not Deshaun Jackson. We're just going to burn you by 3 steps deep.
This is not Ohio State against whoever in the Big Ten. It's not. They don't. That's not the way typically it works. Sure, you see it from time to time, but no. This isn't A.J. Brown losing a step. There's no reason to believe A.J. Brown has lost a step. This is the Eagles' offense
playing safe,
well, and just unable to get him the ball.
Yeah, there's a lack of willingness.
But I don't know why. If I knew the answer, I would say the answer. I don't know why they're not getting him the ball. Is it a problem? We'll find out. If it costs them in a playoff game, it's a problem. Right now, it's a problem because your offense isn't as good involving your best players. And by the way, if it was as simple as, he draws the best corner, what are you going to do? You don't think that Jamar Chase has 104,
every
107
number one
targets?
receiver gets that every week.
Drake London, Smith Najigma, Justin Jefferson, St. Brown.
He wasn't getting the top corner when he had 1,400 yards?
Jamar Chase, Ladd McConkey, Puka Nacua, Waylon freaking Robinson, who's a slot receiver, has 79 targets.
Oh, my goodness.
Has 15 more targets than A.J. Brown. Like everybody, of course. And it doesn't necessarily work that in every game. A lot of times the good corner will follow the best receiver.
Not all the time, though.
Not all the time.
Some of them play a side of the field.
They do.
And you can move them around.
All right.
You are allowed to move them around, right, and show different things. You don't have to submit your play scheme to the other team before the game.
But you know what's interesting? You're not allowed to use motion in your offense anymore. At least I don't think you are, because the Eagles don't do it. So the NFL must have banned it.
No,
they
you are allowed.
They are.
They're just not using it.
Are you allowed to line A.J. Brown up in the backfield and then put him in motion, or line him up in the backfield and put some pressure on the defense by saying, A.J. Brown's in the backfield. What are they doing?
Put him in motion. Get him in like a shuttle pass just to get going. Something easy.
So you're sure, Ray, is that true? Can you Google that real fast? Use ChatGPT?
We're working on it right now. I can't confirm that report, but it seems pretty likely that you can.
You're allowed to use motion.
Yeah.
I think I saw it in another game or all of the other games.
610-632-0975. Is
that a hot take?
So
Scorcher.
What we pride ourselves here, Jason, is this is the show that you can trust. All right? I'm the host that you can trust. This is the show that you can trust. We want to make sure we're putting real information out there. I don't want
facts.
Absolutely not. Can't put out bad information. Coming up. Oh, boy. So the Sixers with a really good win last night over the Celtics, but Embiid was ruled out due to right knee soreness, not left knee soreness, which is where he had all the surgeries.
Yep.
Right knee soreness.
It's the overcompensation for the other one.
Mm-hmm. Good game last night with the Celtics. What does it all mean? We'll take a look at that coming up. Phillies conversation as well, and a fun game we're going to play later this hour. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
John Kincade.
Jason. Play the show.
What?
All right.
I would say no.
Gary Stackhouse. It's funny to hear that. We played this for Matt Cord, and I knew Matt would get it and get a kick out of it.
Saw Matt the other day.
Sauce.
Saw him on Saturday at the crossover after the Flyers, before the Sixers.
Oh, were you helping out with the floor?
No, I was staying out of the way of the forklifts. I saw Matt walking in. We had a little chat. Good to see him.
Yeah, he did a. We're going to keep it like a semi-regular thing. We did Big Five trivia because he had an experience to give away. He was announcing the Drexel. He was doing the PA for the Drexel game against Penn, Battle for 33rd Street.
Yeah,
and we had tickets good seat. Were they sweet tickets?
Sweet tickets with
sweet
Matt
tickets
Cord.
with Matt.
With Matt.
Oh man! So he came up and did a couple segments.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Known him a long time.
He also got some shine last night. NBC.
Oh,
the way they do it, they have the player intros.
Yeah.
Oh,
so he was on national television.
There's actually a lot to talk about with the 76ers, and let me start with that. Tirico and Reggie Miller are great. I know Ray was doing his Temple game.
I
last
agree,
night.
by the way.
Tirico, it's so, and this isn't, as far as it's a national broadcast, not what they do locally. A national broadcast. Reggie Miller is top of the business. Mike Tirico's top of the business. That was a great broadcast last night.
Yeah, Tirico's so versatile. Like, he can do so many Olympics, so many different sports. He can do swimming and make it sound
Technically, he's good.
Yep.
It's good conversation. Did you see he interviewed somebody behind him last night?
in the stands.
In the stands, this guy's yelling. I forget what happened in the game. Do you have it? Here's Mike Tirico on Peacock last night.
That's not shooting fouls on the floor. No way, that's on the floor.
Well, that is not the Philly bench. That's just a fan behind us who knows the rules. You agree, huh? He knows to gather. He knows. What's your name? Michael. What hometown, Michael?
Ocean City.
Michael's from Ocean City, right behind us. You heard that bullseye, buddy. He's like, that's not 2 free throws.
That's Mikey Miss.
It was not Mikey Miss. So the camera shot they went to on that was a wide shot of the court, so you could see Tirico turning around and talking to him and putting the microphone in front of him.
Yeah, that's
At least
awesome.
a little bit. Yeah, it was a great broadcast last night. I really like
Reggie Miller a lot too. He just talks the game well in a way I understand, and
he had good stories. He talked about how the Sixers wanted to draft him last night, and the Pacers when the Pacers brought him in, they were like, "Hey, how you doing?" He didn't think they were interested. And the Sixers were like, we're drafting you 16th. We want you. And the Pacers drafted him 11th.
Oh, he was a killer.
And the Sixers are ready. Oh, my God.
He was an absolute killer.
Would have loved him here.
Those battles he had in New York were
man.
legendary.
Yeah, he was a damn shame he didn't win a title.
He was a beanpole.
In today's game, he leaves the Pacers and goes somewhere else and chases the championship.
Absolutely.
During his era, he stayed. That's what the guys did.
No, part of the problem. The guys are doing that.
Sixers rally to win. They were up early. They coughed up the lead in the third quarter. They trailed by 8 with 6 minutes to play, but they came back. Justin Edwards, the story of the game. I think he started 8 for 8, but he was nailing threes. 5
for 9.
5. Yeah, local dude. No Joel Embiid, which is really the story of the game. But
he had scans done and imaging, and everything looks intact, which is good. So maybe just soreness. But this stuff's just not going to get better.
Right.
So you don't get hurt less when you get older as a big man.
Here's Nick Nurse talking about Embiid and the injury.
I think what I'm more concerned of is I think he's trending upwards, right? I think the conditioning and the minutes and all the things are going to trend up to playing even better, right? So I think it's really important that we get to hopefully get him out there soon.
Yeah. So here's the issue. And this is normally with the left knee, which is a chronic knee. He's got a degenerative knee condition that's had multiple surgeries on. He's never going to be healthy. No. And as he's gotten older, and it's happened in the last year, since whatever happened last year and then this year, it's a notable difference in the mobility and anything that he's able to do. Yeah, he looks like Herman Munster out there running up and down the court. It's hard to watch. He's still so skilled that he's able to score points and things like that, but they're not even trying him on a back-to-back, and his other knee is not allowing him to
because
play.
he's favoring it because of the left knee, and eventually that's going to move to where? The back.
Yep.
And that's where it becomes a problem. So, yeah, I mean, he's not going to all of a sudden pop a pill and get healthy. It's just not going to happen. How you use him going forward, and you got to manage him. You got to manage the situation. And the problem is the team's so different with him and without him. And when Paul George comes back, now you have another complication.
Right.
So I don't know where it all goes, but good win last night. I mean, they got boat raced in the third quarter.
Again,
yeah, that's kind of disturbing. But you show some gumption, come back, and you win the game.
Edgecombe he's not. See, you know what's happened. They saw what Edgecombe did, and they're like, you know what? We're going to crowd him, and we are not going to allow him to, we're going to get up on him. Once he comes over half court, when he gets towards the three-point line, we're going to go up, no space at all.
Yep.
And now he's going to adjust to it. He's going to be fine. But Maxey was good last night. Wasn't great last night, but the contributing players were good last night. Also helps that the Celtics couldn't
27
shoot
off the bench?
Yeah.
Or 22 off the bench?
They couldn't shoot. Celtics couldn't shoot a lick in the first half last night. So, yes, the Celtics, obviously, they're under 500.
Got 18 from Grimes last night, too.
Grimes is last night a little bit of a sloppy Grimes, but still he gives you the punch that you
Little
need.
grimy Grimes?
He was grimy last night. But good win for the Sixers.
Yeah.
Good win for the Sixers.
Exciting game to come back and win.
It's when Embiid's not playing, I'm just telling you, I look forward to watching the game more.
Is that right?
When Embiid is not
You have
playing,
Embiid fatigue.
I have Embiid fatigue.
I do too.
I do.
Just from the talking about it, and it's just the same old, and the same. It's not going to get better.
I don't.
I'm being practical about it.
I don't even want to I don't even want to criticize him. I really don't. There's no reason to criticize him.
As a big man with a degenerative knee,
it's just
what can you do?
I'm so fatigued with it. I hope
there's plenty of criticism earlier in his career with all the takeout food and all that crap, but this is not something.
No,
there's nothing he can do.
No, I hope he can be healthy enough and they can figure out how to use him, and then you get playoff time. He's able to come in and play and all that.
If this thing's really bothering him all year, I mean, does he hang it up?
Well,
are you at that point?
Well, you hang it up after you sit out for a couple of years because you're not going to retire and
you collect your money.
Yeah, like they just. 610-632-0975. 610-632.
Howie coming up today.
0975.
Or not Howie. Sirianni.
Nick Sirianni at we're told 12:20 now. Nick Sirianni is going to be asked about the play that was allegedly and reportedly changed on the final play of the game by Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown with follow-ups and people trying to get dirt on it.
Well, I want somebody to ask him why he said why. Let's get to the bottom of that. What were you going to run?
Right. Well, he's likely to give you nothing, but it's always fun.
He's going to fall on a sword.
It's always fun hearing the media try to get him to answer the question.
Yeah,
and he'll be defiant.
It's going to be Andy Reid-esque. I do a better job.
I can't wait. That's 12:20. Before that, news at noon, and we're going to play a new game. It's called a Dead Man's Party. That's coming up. But the Phillies coming up next. How about some nuggets from the GM meetings? John Morosi believes Kyle Schwarber could sign early. Harrison Bader said goodbye to Phillies fans. And more. That's coming up next. It is Middays with Marks, 97.5.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
76ers beat the Celtics. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. Sixers came back in the fourth quarter to beat the Celtics 102-100 Tuesday night. Justin Edwards scored 22 points on 5 of 6 shooting from 3. His only miss was a putback by Kelly Oubre for the go-ahead bucket.
Back out top Edwards. 3-point shot in the air. It's long, no good. Rebound Oubre. Put back good. Sixers lead with 8.7 to go. Timeout Boston.
That's how it's out on our airwaves. Tom McGinnis on the call as the Sixers improved to 7-4 with the win. Joel Embiid did not play. He's dealing with right knee soreness. MRI showed no structural damage. He is day to day. In Eagles news, Jair Alexander was placed on the retired reserve list this morning, and Jacorian Bennett was activated from injured reserve. Reported last night that Jair Alexander was stepping away from the team to focus on his physical and mental well-being. Flyers and Oilers tonight at 7:30. You can listen to that game live right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic, Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, and the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
significant bat sign early, that it could be Kyle Schwarber. And here's why. To me, his market is more defined than the others. We know that he's a DH first at this juncture. With Schwarber, it is so clear what his role is. It is so clear what his value to the Phillies is. He plays for a team in Philadelphia, Lauren, that we know has always respected their veteran players and wanted to invest in their roster to make sure they keep their stars there. I still think the most likely outcome is that he returns to Philadelphia.
Is that John Morosi? All right. I stopped listening after a couple seconds. Yeah. Sorry. More or less he's saying that don't he could sign early and he's going to the Phillies.
Well, I see this tweet that says John Morosi says if there's one big name free agent to sign early in the offseason, it could be Kyle Schwarber. Sign where? Here?
Yeah.
And he wraps that up with he thinks the most likely scenario is Philadelphia.
Okay.
Right. He's not going to be one of these guys, a Boris client, that it's February and he's still not signed because
Stringing
they're trying to work the market.
And Middleton's on the jet.
All right. It bothers me so much with how the whole baseball free agency works. Every other sport, owners have money and they go out and they sign the players they want from the start of free agency. Here, no one wants to spend any money, and it's this waiting game.
Yeah.
A lot of that has to be the agents, but also, if Kyle Schwarber's worth $30 million a year, sign Kyle Schwarber to a $30 million a year contract. Hey, Phillies, I get it. You don't want to pay. You don't want to pay 35. You want to pay 30. They're not going off at 35. So what are you going to do? I mean, but the system's broken.
Yeah.
They push the start of free agency back. It doesn't have to start 5 or 6 days after the World Series. Do it in early December. Build it up, and then hopefully guys sign. They're right now. They
create a day where there's urgency.
Right now they have the winter meetings. A lot of times that's where stuff happens because the GMs and everybody's down there. Dave Dombrowski's. Were they in Orlando? Is that where they are this year, Ray? Or Vegas or?
Oh, yucking it up.
Right. So this is where agents and GMs. This is where they have conversations, not to necessarily make deals, but to kind of set things up to where, hey, we're interested in you. What are we talking about? Like 5 years? Oh, you won 6 years?
I don't know how you create the urgency, though. I don't know how you force the agents to do it because guys like Boris string things out and they end up getting what they want.
You can't.
You can't. There's no way to create urgency to do it on one day and you have this flurry of big name signings.
Not unless you had a deadline where players had to sign, but the players will never sign off on that. And
no,
never sign off. Nor should they. I mean,
they lose hand.
Yeah,
they lose leverage. I mean, like NHL free agency is over in 6 minutes.
Yep. NBA,
yeah,
NFL, they create this tampering period where
the legal tampering period.
It's genius,
which is a total contradiction, by the way,
because the real tampering happens before the legal tampering, and then they officially get signed at that point.
How'd they get this complicated deal done at 12:01?
So, nothing really new from the Kyle Schwarber front. Or see, now you're seeing a lot of, and I have to detach myself from it, but you see a lot of aggregate accounts, or you get the Phillies Instagram accounts that are out there, the Phillies updates or whatever they are, and I like them all and they follow them all, but without context, they'll put out, such and such said that the Phillies are interested in Bo Bichette, and then everybody says, yeah, sign him and Kyle Tucker and Kyle Schwarber and trade for Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah,
where they never actually really said that the Phillies are interested in Bo Bichette. They're speculating. Teams that could have interest in Bo Bichette could be the Phillies.
Yeah, they could be in that mix of all the clubs that
because they spend money.
Yeah,
so they're always going to get connected.
It's always the same.
No one's
teams,
saying the Pirates are interested in Bo Bichette.
There's no inside knowledge that they're looking to do it. It's just, hey, they're a team that spends money. He's going to make money.
So outside of Harrison Bader, which we'll get to in a second, anything else with the Phillies? And Dombrowski talked about Bryce, but anything else with the Phillies that I'm missing? Here?
Yeah, I mean, just Gelb did a report from the GM's meetings about the outfield. It was expect Crawford's going to be a part of it. No matter what Dombrowski says, expect that you will never see Nick Castellanos in pinstripes again.
Right.
And they don't know necessarily where they're going to go with the right-handed bat. It was scary. I'll pull up the exact stat for you in a second. Just the number of right-handed bats that are out there in the outfield actually available to you to be impact is kind of scary. The scarcity of them and that everyone in baseball is looking for them. And right now you're stuck with a $20 million anchor of a right-handed bat that you're trying to move on from.
Yep, and you're going to get, you're going to pay most of his salary to get rid of him. But so Harrison Bader last night, and this is what happens when I say agents and GMs are having conversations. Harrison Bader last night on social media, on Instagram, I think, says, Philly baby, 2.5 months was not nearly enough, but that's all God's had in store for us this year. To the ones who made it happen, thank you. To every screaming fan, I love you and thank you. To a clubhouse I'm humbled to have been a part of, especially thank you. This game is a gift, but you are Philly are a bleeping gift. But Philly, you are a bleeping gift. There was some punctuation problems with it.
All right.
So Bader last night more or less saying, yep, I'm not coming back. You know why?
Number 5 will always love you.
Because Bader, agent, probably talked to Dave Dombrowski and said, we're looking for a 4-year contract. Yep. Dombrowski said, I'd be willing to go 2, but we're not going 3.
Yeah, there's going to be we're not going to meet in the middle here.
So if he's asking for 4 for 60.
He puts it out there right away that he's available.
Yep.
And now you try and get as many teams. His agent's going to try and get as many teams involved as possible and create a bidding war to make him the most money.
And the agent probably has spoken to other teams and he knows that there's a 3-year contract for him out there, or more than the Phillies are offering.
Yep.
And maybe you go back to the Phillies and you say, I have this, or probably Dave Dombrowski has no, we're actually I'm not going to hold you up. No, we're not interested in doing 3 years.
Yeah, let's just sever the tie now and not complicate this because we're not going to be able to move forward. A job of a GM is to know the value of his player for other teams too.
Right.
And these guys talk all the time, like multiple times a day. GM's on the phone nonstop. So he knows the value that he's going to get on the open market, and he knows where he's willing to go, and the player don't want to go there.
No.
Move on.
So, Ray, I would say that Dave Dombrowski here is reading the market that he's getting 3 years, and he's not willing to go 3 years with Harrison Bader, and it is probably the right move.
Yep.
It's a player you target. It's not a player you hold up your offseason for. And the real reason I want to start this segment with the Morosi audio was because Schwarber's decision is what will hold up this offseason. Schwarber and JT, what they ultimately want to do with them is what will slow this down. Because whatever you pay to him is money you're not paying to someone else.
Right.
And that, it's a tough reality. But when you say the slow nature of this free agency, for Schwarber, the urgency can only be created by how badly you want to win, specifically in Philadelphia. And I'm not saying that as a detriment to him because he should go get every single dollar he deserves. He had a career year. But that urgency, that timeline, I'm not holding him responsible for it. I'm just saying that that's the reality of the situation they're in. If they want Schwarber back and they're going to pay Schwarber top dollar, their offseason doesn't start until they have a firm knowledge of what's going to happen with Kyle Schwarber.
What do you want to happen? Do you want them to sign Schwarber and Real Muto? Just Schwarber, not Real Muto? Real Muto, not Schwarber?
Both. I don't think it affects Real Muto at all. But what it does is the dominoes need to a couple of contracts need to be signed for the dominoes to start to fall. So, for example, with the Phillies, if Cincinnati comes in and says, you know what, we're willing to go 6 years because that's the only way we're getting them, and Kyle says, you know what, I can't pass it up. It's my hometown. I'm taking it. Now the Phillies are saying Pete Alonso, Bo Bichette, maybe even Kyle Tucker. Now their entire offseason has changed.
Yeah.
So until one of these guys signs, then that's not going to happen. And I think Kyle Schwarber wants to come back. The Phillies desperately want him back, not to give him 6 years. I think he gets a 4-year contract, and he's back. I hope it's sooner than later. But I don't think it affects JT signing at all. They're independent of each other.
No, I think the two of them combined, they are the unit that moves this offseason.
Yeah.
The two of them, the money that's going to be tied up in them, the decision with them pushes this offseason forward.
So if JT, for whatever reason, leaves, now you have extra money to play with, and you may have another $15 million to go out in the free agency market or the trade market.
Because he wants money that is beyond your tipping point.
Correct. Bryce Harper, according to Dave Dombrowski, they spoke. And he said it was a good conversation. Did he say a long conversation, but a good conversation? Thanks, Dave. I'm glad you spoke to Bryce Harper. Nice job.
It only took 77 days.
Good job. So hopefully everything's fine and they're both moving on and he understands where Dave's coming from. Because frankly, if Bryce calms down off the emotion and you actually listen to what Dave Dombrowski said, as dumb as it was to actually come out and publicly saying it, I mean,
you didn't need to air that. He didn't need to bring that out.
His intention wasn't to pour gasoline on a Bryce Harper fire.
I don't think there was any malicious.
No, I don't. And hopefully Bryce can recognize that and move on because it's like him coming in here butthurt because Dombrowski's comments, that's not good for anything or anybody.
He needs to get over it too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Bryce needs to get over it.
Move on.
He does. I mean, that's pretty much it. Justin Crawford's going to be he's being talked about as a center fielder too. You know what that means, Ray Dunn? It means Bader's not coming back and they don't know if they're going to have another center fielder. Look at that outfield right now. Brandon Marsh, Justin Crawford. Who else do we have? Weston Wilson?
Exactly.
Who else do we have?
Who else do we have is exactly the question.
How much money do we have?
Not that much.
And
they're going to trade Bohm for an outfielder. Otto Kemp, get in the zone, Otto zone. Hey, he's going to play outfield if he doesn't play third base.
He's going to play outfield. I think he's
And
going
you think Bohm's gone?
I would rather have $10 million than an outfielder. If you know you're not bringing
It makes
Bohm
you
back,
better.
but they're not,
Yeah.
it's not like Bohm is this great player.
No.
He's okay.
Homegrown, though.
Yeah.
We overvalue the homegrown.
I don't think the Phillies overvalue.
Can I give you a quote real quick from Dan Campbell about coming here Sunday night?
Sure.
This is from John Clark's Twitter. He said, Dan Campbell, coach of the Detroit Lions, it's a great place to play in Philly. It's electric. Had batteries thrown at us, spit on, just the classic stuff. It's probably the most hostile place to play. Going into the stadium, leaving it during the game, things have backed off a lot now since back in the day. Some of these things you can't do anymore.
Yeah, he was talking about at the vet.
Yeah.
When he was a player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened. All right, coming up. It's great. It's going to be a good one on Sunday night, Jason Martinez. We'll break
This
it
game
down.
brought to you by Duracell.
Yeah.
610.
Coming up. Dead Man's Party.
I'm interested to do this.
All right.
Me and Ray are going to go against each other again?
Yeah, I mean.
No, let's make it a competition.
It's going to be an unofficial tally. I don't think we have to. We can keep score if you want.
Be a competition.
Yeah,
you want to keep score?
Yeah.
I'm here to compete, damn it.
It's a Dead
here to
Man's
win.
Party. We'll explain coming
Exactly
up next.
right.
Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
Start your morning off.
97.5 The Fanatic. Jason Martinez, Ray Diggity Dunn. I am John Marks. Coming up at 12:20. Nick Sirianni, his press, I guess his day after press conference or day after press conference. So he's going to be asked about, did Jalen Hurts change the play? And what do you think about that, Coach? Among other things.
We're going to keep that in-house.
I don't think he says that. I just think he denies it. He says that he called that. I mean, like, Nick's really good at shutting stuff down now. So we will. That is coming up. We'll find that out coming up 12:20. We'll carry that for you live here on.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, we're not going to write it, Jason. We're going to do it live on 97.5 The Fanatic. But in News at Noon coming up at 12. But let's play It's a Dead Man's Party. And here's what we're looking for. That's the cue to put the, there it is. Top 10 dead celebrities by salary in 2025. All of these, and I actually have 13 of them. All of these people are dead. And they didn't die recently necessarily. They didn't die recently. It's just they are not alive. They're the top earners, and they are not alive by salary in 2025.
How many do you have? 10?
I have 13, but there's a top 10, but then I have 11, 12, and 13.
Okay. How are we doing this?
We're going to start with you, Jason Martinez, top 10 dead celebrities.
Well, Michael Jackson's got to be on the list.
Number one, made $105 million.
And didn't even lift a finger.
And that's projected till the end of the year, because it's still 2020.
Yeah, we still got a month and change.
Michael Jackson, number one on the list. All right, Ray?
All right, I'll go with Elvis Presley.
Good answer.
Elvis is always on the list.
Number 7, $17 million.
When did he die? Like 71? 72?
Something like that. That was fat Elvis, too.
Yeah.
He got fat.
He was quite plump.
He was.
Let's stay with music and go Prince.
Prince did not make the top 10. However, he is 11th with $11 million.
I thought he would earn more than that.
A lot of these are the contracts that you sign. Like Michael Jackson at one point bought the Beatles album, and he owned it.
The catalog,
He bought the catalog, and then he sold. His estate sold it for like $750 million or whatever. So like a lot of these,
he owned the rights.
Yeah, a lot of these are the
use in commercials and
correct. Correct. So you get credit for that. Prince at 11. Ray?
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the list. It's just not top 10.
All right, I'll keep it with music. John Lennon.
Yeah.
John Lennon is number 10 on the list with $12 million.
Yeah, I would think John Lennon on the list for sure, but the other Beatle that's dead, George Harrison, not on the list.
Correct, not on the list.
Least popular Beatle.
Do you imagine if you had a dad or a granddad that made tens of millions of dollars a year and you just reap the rewards of it?
After they're gone?
Yeah.
You're just getting royalties? Yeah. Unbelievable, right?
All right.
How about a guy that died pretty recently, though, music, though? Jimmy Buffett had an empire of parrots.
Jimmy Buffett makes the list at number 8.
Yeah, 'cause he passed away
$14 million.
Year, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's in Margaritaville now.
But he knew what to do with that whole nonsense.
Oh, he did.
And he monetized it.
Yes. Yep. And he toured like crazy. He's got so much equity coming in still.
We have, you guys are perfect so far. Back to Ray Dunn.
Yeah, that's going to change.
Yeah, I'm getting thin now.
Yeah, I'm getting real thin because I think we've run out of music people.
Incorrect.
Okay, we haven't.
3 seconds.
Yeah, I'll take the L on this one.
All right, he gets the buzzer.
There's more music people?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, this is hard.
In fact, number 3 and number 4 are in the same group.
In the same group?
70s. I feel like I'm tripping every time I listen to him. Not that I listen to him a lot.
Jerry Garcia?
Incorrect. How about Richard Wright and Sid Barrett from Pink Floyd?
Jeez.
I don't even know their names, so I would have never gotten that right.
Richard Wright died recently, and Sid Barrett has been on Neptune for a while.
Richard Wright, $81 million. Sid Barrett, $81 million.
Really? And Sid Barrett was out of the group when they did Dark Side of the Moon?
It's all, I guess it's
when David Gilmour came.
The deals that they signed at the time.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 1, 3, 4. There's a music at 5.
Oh, I got another music one.
Yeah.
Bob Marley.
Bob Marley.
No Woman, No Cry.
Is number 9 at $13 million.
Yeah, the king of reggae. Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's a good one.
The Rastaman.
Ray, number 5 is a rapper. Number 6 is a musician from, I don't know, the 50s and 60s.
Want to go?
The rapper's one
Tupac
of two guys.
here?
Tupac.
I go B.I.G., Notorious B.I.G.
Correct. It is Biggie.
Yeah, it was either Biggie or Tupac since you took Tupac. I was going to go Tupac.
Why do I have to talk?
How many albums did Biggie have? Not a lot.
You know that
a couple.
I went to a summer school in New Jersey at Pennington School with Biggie Smalls when I was in middle school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
We were there together.
You guys homies?
It was like a boarding school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That we did this summer thing there, and I was there
Did you
with
hang
him.
out with him?
Yes.
You hung out with Biggie?
Yeah. He used to call me Harley.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Why am I hearing about this for the first time?
Yep. True story.
He made $80 million in 2025.
Come on, Biggie. Shove some over to your boy.
We have
Been a tough year for me.
At number 2 on this list is an author. Made $85 million in 2025, or will make $85 million.
Is that J.R. Tolkien? That's the only one I could
It is an author that you're looking in the wrong direction. A children's author.
Dr. Seuss.
Correct at number 2, Ray.
Really? Dr. Seuss earning that kind of loot, huh?
You don't stop buying the books.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I go to. I have so many children's books now. Not like it was when I was growing up, where that were your only real options. I still have all of the children's books.
I have
for
the
my
hardcovers.
kids. I do too.
Best book, The Diggingest Dog.
Oh, I don't even.
That's a great one.
I actually hate them. I hate
What?
the books. I don't like them.
You hate Dr.
There's
Seuss?
one Dr. Seuss book where is it called Apples on Top? I will not stop until they drop.
Yeah.
The actual story, because they cut it off on a lot of the books, but if the extended story, the original, has the bear chasing the person with a broom and beating them with it.
Oh, so now it's good. We should make a movie.
All right, what do we have left here? Number 6. I doubt you're going to get this.
Just give me a slight hint.
Death was 19. He played the trumpet.
Not Mars.
Miles Davis. $21 million.
Wow.
And so there's an athlete on this list. That is number 13. There's actually 2 athletes.
Did he die recently?
12 and 13. One died in 2016. One died in 2020.
Arnold Palmer?
Arnold Palmer's correct.
Hidden Empire, yeah.
When Jack Nicholas passes, he probably starts.
Yeah, he will
making
be
this
on the
list.
list. Golden Bear.
All right, finally, a basketball player.
Kobe.
Kobe Bryant, number 13 on the list, $10 million. Okay.
Wow.
And that's it. There you go. Thanks for playing Dead Man's Party. Wouldn't that be nice?
I was thinking maybe, what's his name? Big white dude. Walton. The Grateful Dead guy.
Yeah, I don't.
Bill Walton.
Really, for a lot of these, it's all about who your business manager is and what deals you sign.
Yeah,
and
how they
things
set
like
it up.
Hey, when Jordan passes away and however many
my
decades
God.
or whatever, how much money is he going to make based on his business? LeBron.
Look, and stuff goes up when you pass. Like I have a signed Dimebag Darrell guitar in my basement. The value when he died went through the roof because he can't sign anything else.
What's it worth?
$8,500.
Wow.
Yeah. He actually played it. I have a picture of him playing it, and he gave it to me and signed it.
Was this at a station event?
Yeah, back then. But I knew those guys because I was one of the first people to play them on the radio.
Oh, look at
So that was the thank you.
Look at that flex.
Yeah, I used to do a metal show, and I was on terrestrial radio, one of the first people to play that because they weren't getting played on normal radio stations.
Right. Well, there you go. All right. Coming up next is
I got the Dime Shrine.
Well, there you go. That was a close competition. Ray had some. We
good
weren't
polls.
keeping track, but Ray, for being 25 years old.
I thought I was in a lot of trouble after we got through the first few musicians. So I was.
I thought you were off and running as soon as you got Elvis.
Yeah, but who the hell would think 2 guys from Pink Floyd are making $81 million apiece?
Yeah. Well, the other 2 guys are alive.
Right.
David Gilmour and Roger Waters. Although I think David Gilmour may kill Roger Waters.
So they're making that much money just for doing nothing?
Just for the catalog.
Why are they touring then? Because a lot of times these older guys tour because it's a moneymaker for them.
Well, David Gilmour tours and just had a solo album come out.
Okay, so that
and Roger
promotes
Waters
stuff.
goes out and does the Wall show. I saw him at what was, I guess, Wells Fargo Center at the time. My wife was pregnant, and we went down and saw it. It was awesome.
What is it that you do with the Wizard of Oz? You start the Wizard of Oz.
At the third roar of the lion.
You know
the
about
MGM
this?
Goldwyn Lion.
Right?
No.
You're supposed to watch
Syncs
Wizard
up.
of Oz, and it syncs up with the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, and the great gig in the sky is when the tornado is coming through, and then when the bells ring for
Oh,
time.
it's so trippy.
It's
dude.
when the witch is riding the bike and ringing the bell. It's pretty crazy.
It's so dude. It's
Totally accident, by the way.
Yeah, that's what the crazy thing is.
Yeah, they've said it. Somebody
weird.
got on some good acid and figured it out.
Yeah, I mean that was I remember Did you watch The Wizard of Oz, right?
Yes, I've watched The Wizard of Oz.
Okay,
I remember
I-
queuing it
I'm
up
familiar with The
on a
Wizard of Oz.
VHS tape to try it when we were in college.
When I was a kid, I watched The Wizard of Oz. It scared me. My kids haven't seen it.
Really?
I don't have an intention to send them. No, we started watching Home Alone for the first time. We watched Elf for the first time last weekend.
Oh, nice.
And the kids loved it.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not love Elf?
Home Alone, oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It really is. Home Alone it's standard definition. My one daughter was like, I don't want to watch this. It's all fuzzy.
It doesn't look good.
It's standard definition.
Home Alone was like inspiration. I was like, man, I could definitely pull this off if I was alone.
With a 4-year-old, you worry about with the break-in and their burglars and things like that. You don't want them to worry that someone's going to break in your house. But like I was saying, because what I do is I'll Google a movie and say, what's age appropriate for this movie? And a lot of times it's like, all right, I can bump it up a couple years. Home Alone's, for an 8-year-old's fine. For a 4-year-old, they're probably not even old enough to really understand it. So, whatever.
I've always had a plan. Home Alone just inspired me to have a plan for a break-in at any time.
Right, you take care of those robbers, those burglars.
Those guys were terrible, by the way. We don't talk enough about just how awful they were for being renowned burglars.
They were the best, man.
They were horrible. The fact that they pulled off one before
Well, they're
that
like the
kid got
Three
to them.
Stooges, the burglars.
Right. Yeah, but
Two Stooges.
in 1990, they were considered elite burglars. That's
got it,
changed. It's
yeah.
35 years
The
since.
Yeah, a lot of technology.
The league's improved.
Yeah. ChatGPT helps you rob anything.
News at noon with Ray Dunn. What does he have in store for us? And also, Ray last night joined the 6-7 Club. We'll do that later on in the 12 o'clock hour. Nick Sirianni at 12:20. He's going to have to answer the Jalen Hurts questions about changing the play. It's Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Sixers beat the Celtics. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. 76ers came back in the fourth quarter to beat the Celtics 102-100 Tuesday night. Justin Edwards scored 22 points on 5 of 6 shooting from 3. His only miss was put back by Kelly Oubre for the go-ahead bucket.
Back out top Edwards. 3-point shot in the air. It's long, no good. Rebound, Oubre. Put back good. Sixers lead with 8.7 to go. Timeout, Boston.
Tom McGinnis on the call as the 76ers improved to 7-4 with the victory. Joel Embiid did not play. He's dealing with right knee soreness. They did some imaging. No structural damage for him. He remains day to day. In Eagles news, Jair Alexander was placed on the retired reserve list this morning. Jacorian Bennett activated from injured reserve. It was reported last night that Alexander was stepping away from the team to focus on his physical and mental well-being. Flyers and Oilers tonight at 7:30. Catch that game live right here on The Fanatic. This update's brought to you by Mattress Firm. Score huge deals and better sleep at Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Their sleep experts will find the perfect bed for your unique needs. Mattress Firm, they make sleep easy. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Middays with Mark Sirianni. He will be asked about the play being called. Did Jalen change it? What will he say? That's coming up at 12:20.
That's not true.
And that's a good one. That's a blast from the past. What's that from?
That's Gundy, Mike Gundy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Former state coach.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah, he turned into a real character.
Crackpot.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the news. Do I have to do did you do the legal, Ray? Am I good?
I took care of it.
All right. Well, let's tell you the 12 o'clock hour of the program brought to you by Service First HVAC, offering 0% financing for 48 months. Rebates and tax credits up to $4,300 when purchasing a heating and cooling system. Learn more at ServiceFirstHVAC.com. Time for the news at noon.
This city needs its news.
Now, it's time for
I'd like to be remembered as a good newsman.
the news at noon
That's the coolest story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane.
with Ray Dunn.
All right, we're going to start with the betting scandal right now in Major League Baseball. Of course, Manuel Clase and Luis Ortiz both indicted their parts of a plot to throw ball one. And for Clase, a couple, I think, velocity violations as well in there. But basically, ball behind 1-0 in the count. First pitch of ball, you'll make yourself some money. It's hilarious that it came to that. Maybe not hilarious to everyone.
Well, it's hilarious that people don't realize that guys are going to do this kind of stuff if you have those bets.
Yeah. I've sat next to someone that's been betting pitch by pitch on a baseball game.
Oh, my God.
It's an absurd experience.
You just want to grab a bat and hit him with it?
Kind of. Yeah, grab their phone and throw it out on the field. One of the two.
Grab a fungo and hit him.
But Michael Wilbon, not bothered in the slightest by this. An interesting take on this gambling situation. Take a listen to this moment on PTI.
Going back to what does it say to you? I'm not going to disagree with anything you said. If it's guilty and there's punishment, so be it. I mean, you know the rules. It's explained over and over to you.
You're
There's
defrauding the
seminars.
game.
Yes. And you know what, Tone? I don't care.
Really?
Because at the highest levels of pyramids in this country, in this culture, everybody's betting now. It's on every phone except yours and mine.
But guys are throwing pitches into the dirt on purpose.
I don't even have a response for it.
He's compromised.
Whatever. You want to? You don't even care anymore. Well, you know what? Good.
Then get off the show.
Good for you.
How about that? If you don't care about that, get off the show.
Just let everybody do it, and it doesn't matter. I mean,
We'll all
really,
make money.
the issue is that you're able to bet on that, which you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I'm fine with betting. I'm fine with the apps. I'm fine with everybody.
They got to get rid of the player thing.
Like within reason, you can do it.
Yeah.
Within reason. There's no way you should be able to bet. First pitch of the game. Oh, guess what? I'm going to throw a ball. You can see why players would do this. If who was it that Lou Williams explained this recently on a podcast? He had said that, all right, you think that because I make $5 million a year that I'm rich. 2.5 of that, or $2.5 million of that is gone by the time it's even thinking about going in my bank account.
Yeah.
And then I got kids, and then I got an ex-wife, and then I have this, and then I have a mansion. I have no money.
Yeah.
Right? And but it takes you inside of how somebody can make $20 million in a year and have no money and be completely broke.
Yeah, we think they're set for life with one,
right?
A $20 million payday. It's not. Absolutely. But the thing about it is like you look at this, it's real simple. Make any bet you make on a player have to be an over. You can't take an under.
Right.
Because then the player's got to perform to hit the over. You can't bet an under.
You can't bet a ball, you can bet a strike. You can't bet under velocity, you bet over velocity.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, you're right.
If you get rid of that, you solve the problem.
Because think about it, Ray.
Like points in the game, over under 16. Guys got to be better. And the other team's trying to stop him.
Yeah.
He's not missing on purpose. He's trying to make on purpose.
Right, which isn't good, but at least he's not intentionally turning the ball over. Or I just, like, for something like that, you can see how a player can justify it in his head. I'm gonna throw a ball. And have you seen the videos of the ones he was accused of doing?
Oh my God, he threw it like 6 feet in front of the plate.
He made sure, because on one he actually threw a strike because it was a swing and a miss, and it was before the plate.
Yeah.
He made sure that no one was swinging at these pitches.
Yeah, he threw it to the he threw it to the edge of the pitcher's mound.
Yep.
He was just getting loose. All right, come on. He's just arm form.
No one even blinks at it because it's like whatever. It's the first pitch. No one's going to blink at it.
Yeah, you can't. It's real simple. You can't bet for players to fail, only to succeed.
Yeah,
that's it. We fix the problem.
And there's idiots texting right? They're doing all this digitally.
Well, they have information. They want to help out their boys.
Right, I know. They're not realizing that.
And all of a sudden, a load of cash comes in for a ball.
Yeah. And they're like, okay, well, we better look into this player. Oh, he's texting somebody in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Anyway. Okay,
Unreal.
Michael Wilbon, thank you.
All right, we'll take this to football now. The Jets finally winning some games. Aaron Glenn, finally a little bit of momentum to him. Should be feeling good, right? Wrong. Garrett Wilson out for a couple weeks. ESPN got that report. Rich Cimini up there in New York got that report. Aaron Glenn decided, I'm not giving you guys any injury updates in my presser anymore because someone scooped an injury inside of our building. Listen to Aaron Glenn versus the press.
I'm going to pass on talking about injuries. Since Rich, he's not here, has all the answers, so you guys can get all the injuries from Rich. So I go right into this game.
Are you a candidate for IR, or is that not something you want to?
Ask Rich.
I'm asking you.
Well, I'm telling you to ask Rich.
He's not here, though. Hey, G.
Well, you better call him.
No disrespect to you or Rich, but, like, we want to hear from you, you know? Like that.
You guys have been here. You guys have been hearing from me, but now since we're just reporting stuff, that I haven't said, then maybe you should ask him.
Yeah, reporters don't report on things that you say. They report on information that they're being given. If you don't want to give injury information, you sound silly up there doing it like that.
You have to.
Just give
You have to put a report out.
But you know what Nick Sirianni does? I haven't talked to the doctors yet. I'm not sure.
It's real easy to dodge.
Yeah, lie. That's all you have to do. You don't have to intentionally fight with the media. Now people will be like, oh, well, screw Rich. Screw that reporter. I'm glad Aaron Glenn did that. Okay, fine. Enjoy that he's acting unprofessionally and he looks like an idiot up there doing it.
Well,
and that's your coach.
If he's bothered by that in the New York market,
yeah, you got
Good
no
luck.
chance.
that
He's got
somebody
no
scooped
shot.
an injury.
You should be more bothered that you're 2-7.
By the way, an agent could have given him that information. It doesn't mean it's coming from somebody within the Jets.
Just always realize that when somebody gets information, there's an agenda behind it.
Correct. Yep.
All right, last one for you. Speaking of New York football, the Giants have a head coach opening. Bill Belichick probably could use a change of scenery. Is it still in football? Probably not. But he was asked anyways, is he thinking about the New York Giants head coaching job?
Yeah, getting ready for Wake Forest. That's all I got this week.
Has anyone asked you, or the players or recruits want to know about your future?
I mean, I've been asked about it from time to time, but yeah, I've been down this road before. I'm focused on Wake Forest. That's it. And that's my commitment to this team. And next week it'll be to our next opponent and so forth. But, I'm here to do the best I can for this team.
All right.
Very typical response.
So Belichick has a relationship with the Tisches and the Maras from when he was in New York before under Bill Parcells as the defensive coordinator. He has always had a close relationship with them. It makes perfect sense that they would hire Bill Belichick, although it doesn't make sense. But from those idiots' standpoint, it would make sense. It makes sense for Bill to want to go back to the NFL, too.
Yeah, I don't even know if he does.
I wouldn't hire Bill Belichick.
No, I wouldn't either.
You need a young coach that's going to lead you.
Yeah, I mean, to me, you got to turn over to a young.
He's actually turned it around a little bit down there in Carolina. They could be bowl eligible, unlike some local team that may
Is
not
he one and done there?
make the bowls. I don't think so. I think he's back next year.
Still likes the grind?
It looked like it was going to be a disaster. He's turned it around. They haven't beaten great teams, but they're still beating
better than Penn State.
Similar teams. Yeah, or Temple. So I'm saying Ray was already to go to the Boca Raton Bowl.
Actually, I think they're winless since you jumped on the bandwagon fraudulently. Ever since you were like, I'm going to go down to Boca, they started losing. So this is on you,
You
John
and Uncle
Marks.
June going down to Boca Raton?
I was going to go with Harry and Ray to the Boca Raton Bowl when they got 7 wins and went down. That's where they would have their bowl game. And they were mad. Well, no, Ray was mad. He's like, you can't go.
You going to go see Tootsie?
Yeah, that's what
Tootsie down here at Boca Raton.
Well, I wouldn't go to the game. I'd just go down for the weather.
Yeah, and Harry would be going just to golf.
And go to the game, and Ray would be going for the game.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably go to the beach, too.
You're
act
a
like I
beach
would
guy?
just go- yeah.
I don't know.
I've never been to Boca Raton.
Me neither.
Solid spot.
So you have?
I've been to Sanibel Island. That's a good spot.
haven't.
A lot of cougars down there?
Destroyed.
Golden
No, Florida Atlantic is down there. That's what brought me down there, not the Cougars.
Golden cougars? Mature
Maybe I will
women
go.
like Ray.
Yeah, maybe.
Mature women like to nurture Ray.
Is that right?
I've heard. That's what I heard.
He's a target of the cougar community?
I mean, I've heard that Ray, he considers 50-year-olds when he's
Is that right?
on the dating sites. Yeah.
Well, I don't
I
blame
do
you.
not.
Like, that sounds old
Depends
now,
how
but
much
I'm
money.
53. Damn it.
Coming up.
Old sucks, man.
Sirianni's in about 10 minutes, so we're going to have a commercial-free segment. So when we get back, Nick Sirianni speaks to the media, answers the questions. Middays with Marks 97.5 The Fanatic.
Unfiltered.
Middays with Marks, Jason Martinez. Ray Dunn. John Marks. I am off tomorrow as my daughter is getting her tonsils out.
Oh, really?
So it'll be Ray and
8 or
Amy
4?
Fadul.
Which daughter?
4, my youngest. 4. My little belly. Yep. So that's going to be fun. Nice, fun recovery with a 4-year-old, which my wife is
goes
gonna
under,
have to,
right?
Oh yeah. It's a relatively minor procedure in the
surgical procedure
in the grand scheme of things, but still, anytime you put anybody under anesthesia, it's not something.
Well, just in the environment, like her being in the OR and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm not looking forward to it. But so that's where I will be tomorrow. Nick Sirianni will be at the podium in about 5 minutes.
I'm the dumbest coach in the world.
He will not be saying that, but he will be being asked about the Jalen Hurts. Did he change the play? Everything that goes with that. I don't think any of us expect him to really answer it, but
no, he's going to fall on his sword and take the.
In this particular setting, he will be pressed harder than in a radio appearance where he's asked about it, and then he gives the answer he wants, and then isn't like because it's a much different environment than when you're dealing with reporters.
It's friendlies.
It's much more friendly. So I'll be curious to see how hard they press him on it and exactly what he says. Because after the game, he said that was the play call. I stand by it. I want to hear him pressed on, well, why wouldn't you punt in that situation? Because really that's what it is to me.
Going to bring up the NFC Championship game.
So he brings up the NFC Championship game. What was that situation?
He went for it on a fourth down.
Yeah, but what was the down and distance? What was the time?
The score? What was the happened previous in the game? Was Jordan Love the quarterback?
Right. Was it windy and cold and the defense had...
It's not an apples-to-apples comparison.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
Right. Like, no, but I'm going to actually have to look at it. So this was the NFC Championship game?
Yeah.
Or this was against the...
I think it was 14-12, something like that. They're around midfield. They went down the left sideline to A.J. Brown on a fourth down. But early still the first half.
So the first half.
Yeah, this is
way
different.
Like, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, don't throw that at me.
You're going to give me the NFC Championship game? Like, it's what makes it... If
disingenuous.
If indeed Jalen Hurts received the play from Nick Sirianni, changed the play audible at the line of scrimmage to what they threw, in any other situation in the game, it makes sense for the quarterback to do that. In that particular play, a fourth down, which could be the last play of the game, I'm pretty sure the coach wants the play that's called unless there's something that's, no, like we have to do this. This is what we have to do.
Like a guy's not on the field covering him.
Right. So Nick Sirianni, when he says why after that, it's understandable why he would say, what are you doing?
Yeah, why would you do that now?
Why would you do that now?
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, no one has said Jalen Hurts that Sirianni sent them out to try to draw him off sides, and then he said, no, we're not going to do that. We're calling a play. This was Nick Sirianni wanted one play called, and then Jalen Hurts changed it to another play between him and A.J. Brown, right? Like,
frankly, both decisions suck.
Yeah, the decision by Jalen Hurts, maybe that's not the right decision, but like he made it.
He didn't play to the standard.
It's a lot different than Jalen Hurts saying we're not going to try to draw him off sides and I'm running a play. Yeah. That's a big time.
What happens if he completes it?
The game's over and we say that it's ballsy.
Yeah,
and it was a great call.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Hell yeah.
So we go. That's a little risky.
Correct.
You know.
Yeah.
You're incurring risk you don't need to incur.
And it was risky, but it's one of those plays where if you try a fake punt, it better work.
Yeah.
If you try a fake field goal, it better work. Yep. If you try an onside kick, it better work. Otherwise, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And that's the nature of sports. It just is. So if you're
second guessing of it.
Right. So Nick fell on the sword after the game and
he's going to fall on it again.
And he's going to fall on it again today.
He's going to protect his players.
The bigger issue is you should have never went for it on fourth down. And it should have been a punt.
Yeah. There's no analytic that tells me that they should have gone for it there.
Nope.
Considering the situation.
And you shouldn't have went for the field goal. See, that's why I don't think he ever considered a punt. Because when he talked about it after the game, the only thing he mentioned was, oh, well, we weren't going to go for a field goal there. Because they're like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
With the weather and everything else was going on, you don't want them kicking a 53-yard field goal. Now you're giving them the ball.
If you miss it, just right there at midfield.
Pretty much.
43-yard line. No way.
Pretty much. So the only thing to do there would be to punt. But and then Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown had more comments on a live stream on Twitch last night where he talked about his fantasy football value. Release him if you have him in fantasy football, and he called it a bleep show. I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. It doesn't even faze me anymore. He's not mentioning people by name. He is almost self-deprecating in some of the times when he says he's like, "I just released me from fantasy football." A.J. Brown's unhappy with his role in the offense,
so
with the offense in general, and so am I.
Yeah. I'm unhappy with his usage, too. And, I mean, there was 2 games this year. They didn't target him until late in the third quarter. Explain that to me.
He's 34th in wide receiver targets.
I mean, come on.
This year. 34th.
Come on. What are we doing here?
Devontae Smith.
This isn't rocket science.
No, it's not. You get your best players the ball. And if they're trying to take A.J. Brown out of the game, then guess what? Work harder to try to get him the ball. Or these other guys have to take major advantage of it.
And if you are able to get the ball downfield to get A.J. Brown, Devontae, and Dallas Goedert going, it's going to help your running game, which Saquon's got 100-yard rushing game this year. They're not going down the field to thin the defense.
Right. This is going to be a longer segment, too, and I don't anticipate we're taking all of Sirianni.
No.
After he says nothing, then he's going to continue to say nothing, and then he's just going to talk in circles saying nothing. So when we feel like that we'll pull the plug on it, we pull the plug on it.
And the juice isn't worth the squeeze.
Right.
Get rid of it.
Right. But the initial question of it. And honestly, it's one of the reasons why the players respect and like Nick is that
Got their back.
He will have their back.
Yeah, that's why players like him. That's why players loved Andy Reid.
Correct.
He took the bullets off the players. I'm going to be boring as hell. I'm not going to say anything. I'm never going to throw you under the bus. Players love that.
Yep. Name an Eagles coach that didn't do that.
Rich Kotite. He was
Chip Kelly.
Yeah, it's true.
Chip Kelly couldn't wait to blame everybody else. He's doing it in Oakland, in Las Vegas, with the Raiders.
Such a fraud.
The run pass differential was off. So you know what happens with fans and media. Why are you throwing the ball 30 times and running it 10 times? They asked him about it, and he just blamed, that's not wrong. And he's blaming everybody else, everything else.
He's got all the answers, and none of them work.
Who would hire him?
I know. I feel like slimy watching him.
Oh, my God.
Like he's such a snake oil salesman.
He sure is. So Nick Sirianni on the clock here. I thought it was interesting that Jeff McClain because Bill Colarulo, actually the one of the top Eagles insiders in the city, had this information first that Jalen did not run the call that was played, run the play that was called. But I saw some other people. Jeff McClain was on with our morning guys, and he more or less downplayed it and said, like, oh, no, it's like that's
quarterback's got the ability to do that,
right,
but not in that situation.
Right.
That's where I had a problem with Jeff said.
And I know some other people put out on social media more or less the same thing that Jeff was saying. So that tells me the Eagles got to them explaining, here's actually what happened on this play.
Yeah, giving them some.
As opposed to what probably happened, which was Jalen shouldn't have changed the call. He did because he thought it was the best play.
Yeah.
And the coaches were unhappy, but it wasn't Jalen giving the middle finger to the coaches and saying, I'm going to do what I want.
No, he picked a bad time to show a little autonomy with the play calling.
Which he probably's done before.
Yeah.
And it's worked.
And look, if you do that in a playoff game, it could end up costing you, and your season could be over.
I love the fact that the day after a win, we're still complaining about.
Yeah, and a 7-2 team. It's bananas. They hold every tiebreaker this side of the Mississippi in the NFC. They got Detroit this week, which is going to be Sunday Night Football. Fascinating game.
Can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
You beat Detroit, you own every tiebreaker over everybody. It's going through the link.
Yeah.
To go back to the Super Bowl.
Well, we'll see. They have a tough run coming up here, but guess what? So does everybody else.
Yeah.
The West teams, Seattle, the Rams, they have to play each other. That's going to be tough. The North teams, the Packers and the Lions and the Bears,
The Packers are frauds.
They're a tier 2. They're a tier 2 team.
Yeah, they're maybe win a wild card game.
Rams
Jordan
and
Love
Lions.
is a mess.
But you know whose favorite player that is? Jordan Love?
Not Harry.
No, his name rhymes with Ray Dunn.
What do you love about
How
him?
about that?
I guess it's well. He's probably tired of talking about it by now. But
Yeah, I mean, I like his arm. I like the talent that he had coming out of the draft. He's shown flashes of it. He's never done it consistently.
He just
but,
crumbles, though. That's the thing.
I mean, I feel like if
got
I
no
watched,
receivers either.
I think if you watch any given quarterback 1 week at a time on national TV, you might see them throw up a clunker. He threw up a
Josh
clunker.
Allen?
Yeah, he played the Dolphins.
Josh Allen was horrible on Sunday.
Yeah.
Horrible.
All right, so Detroit at home, Dallas on the road, Chicago at home, Chargers on the road, Vegas, Washington and Buffalo both on the road, and then Washington at home. What do you have them doing? 7-2 now.
I want to go 3-2 during that stretch. Being that they already won a game, I think it changes it a little bit. I said they'll lose one of the two to the Packers or the Lions. If they win that, now you're looking at they're on pace to win 12 or 13 games.
Yeah.
So I looked at that stretch as being 3-2. The game against the Chargers is going to be tough. At the end of that 5-game road, they got to go back on the road for Monday Night Football.
Yep.
They have more time because it's coming off the Thanksgiving, the Black Friday game, right?
Yep. Exactly right.
Tough stretch.
28th.
So if they lose to the Lions this week, then they're at the Cowboys. Let's say between the Lions and the Cowboys, they're winning one of those games. That puts them at 2-1. They're beating the Bears.
Yep.
And then that's a tough game against the Chargers.
What's the line this week? I know it opened at 1.5.
It was 2 when I looked yesterday.
That's a little short, no?
Yeah, it is short, for sure. Yeah.
The line talking to you?
It's a short. Yeah, it's definitely talking to me. It's a short line.
3.5 now.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's been bet up.
Yep.
Okay. Well, by the time the Packers game ended, that was a pick 'em. I had it at Bet Parks. They were favored by a point. Some places had the Packers still favored. So money has been moving those lines.
Yeah.
And the same thing's happening this week. There's probably people that are betting on the Eagles. Let me see where I have it on Bet Parks. 2.5 on Bet Parks.
2.5 there? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little short. That's concerning.
We'll see how it works out. I just don't think it's a so many times in these games, in the playoffs and whatever, it's about matchups and when you're facing a team.
Yeah.
And coming off a Packers game last week where the defense was so dominant, they're not going to see that offense come in here this week.
No.
That's a much different offense. That is speed at all levels. That is a quarterback that if you don't get him off a spot and you don't get pressure on him, he will pick you apart.
How good's Quinyon Mitchell been, by the way? He is like a blanket.
It's unbelievable.
He just
what a draft pick.
Plays in those guys' pockets. Unbelievable how good he is.
But now you got to worry about the other corner because you have Jamison Williams as your second wide receiver. So if he's going to stick with St. Brown, now you got Jamison Williams, and you have two running backs that. Like Jamar Gibbs, one of the best running backs in the league.
Yeah.
David Montgomery's a perfect complement. He can chew up yards inside.
They can throw a lot at you. It's going to be an intriguing game Sunday night.
It is. What's going on with Sirianni? Does he know that we
I don't
changed
like tardiness.
Yeah, that we changed break schedules and
Can
everything
these guys
else?
be on time? For
No.
us?
He never is. This man has never once been on time for anything.
Why do you make an appointment at the doctor for a certain time? You just sit there and wait.
You do.
It drives me
and you
crazy.
and you can't complain.
Can't show up late.
You can't. No, you can't. No, they'll cancel your appointment
and charge you.
It happens to me so many times where I'm sitting in the waiting room and I'm like, hold on, it's been a half hour since I should have been seen.
I did a virtual one, and the dude was over an hour late. I got off it. It was for my medicinal marijuana card.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh, well, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, the virtual when you just they talk to you for a minute and they say like, hey, you
Yeah,
have
he
a
was
headache?
very thorough.
Oh, he was.
He even told me at the end, he's like, make sure you have some fun with it, too.
Here's Nick
Treat it
Sirianni.
like wine.
Nick, did you have any indication Jair was considering retirement or stepping away, and what was your understanding of his reasoning?
Yeah, again, I think, getting away for, his health and, respect that. And, I really enjoyed my time, my short time with him and wish him the best.
How's it change the calculus of secondary?
I'm
How's
sorry.
it change kind of the overview of how you see the depth around the secondary, the flexibility?
Yeah, I thought we had a really good game in the secondary here this last game against Green Bay, obviously. I thought Adoree played really well. And I think that we were able to watch practice this week. Thought Michael Carter did an excellent job this week, having a lot of confidence, starting to get confidence and build confidence in him. Was really excited about Jacorian before he got injured. Really happy to have him back. And then, Keely's given us really good reps. And and then obviously you have Q and Coop back there as well. Feel really good about that depth of that, especially with the addition of Michael and then getting JB back.
At the time of the trade, what was your sense of the injury for Jair?
I'm sorry?
Time of the trade, what was your understanding of Jair's injury?
We were just really excited to get him in here. Know that he's stepping away for health reasons. And, again, like I said, just wish him the best.
A few days later, and after talking to Jalen and AJ, do you still like the play there on the kill shot?
Yeah, I do. Obviously, the player. What are you asking? Just everything about it, the decision.
Well, was it your decision
to go for it on fourth down? Yeah.
No, to throw that pass.
Yeah. Anytime you go into.
Made an audible there.
Every time you go into a game, the plays that we're running on fourth down. Obviously, the plays that are being run the whole time, but specifically fourth down, because when you go into that, and a fourth down decision works, that's great. It continues drives. In that case, it would have ended the game. If it doesn't work, you understand as the head coach, it's all going to be on you. And so obviously you're very in tune with everything that goes on and is into that play. So knew exactly what play we were calling, everything that went into it. And obviously on that particular one, it didn't work.
So when the cameras caught you saying why, it wasn't a reference to that play.
Yeah, if I have to start explaining everything that the cameras catch me saying in these particular moments, we can't open that can of worms of anything. And that if it was perfectly timed with was I saying that? Was it perfectly timed with that and all those different things? I'd have to be talking a lot. So, and I could be saying why for a lot of different reasons. And so, again, knew the play, have confidence in our players in those moments to make those plays. That's why you don't go for it unless you have that confidence in those guys. And I think that again, in these moments, whether it's, passing it and going for it on 4th down and 6 in that particular moment, whether it's a 4-minute drill where you decide to run it or pass it in certain situations, right? This is all part of your process of things that you decide well before the game is played, because it's really hard to make those decisions split second if you haven't went through these processes in your head. And so again, I will focus always on the process. Did I like the process that led me to that? Because in this game, I've said this to our guys a lot. You're not batting 100% on anything. You're never throwing a no-hitter in this game, and meaning that you can't always just look at just the result, right? Obviously, I wanted the result to be different in that particular moment. It wasn't. But we've been very aggressive in 4-minute in the past, whether that's passing, whether that's going for it on 4th down. We've been very aggressive going for it on 4th down. That is, countless amount of times has turned into, 3 points into 7, or no points into 3, or no points into 7 if you continue that drive. And so, again, you can't get wrapped up in just the result. You think about it, you look at it, but you got to trust your process in those moments. And I'm fully aware that when the result doesn't go that way, that the criticism and the scrutiny will be solely on me, and that's my job as the head coach.
Can you square this up, though? Because there's been a couple players who have indicated that that it was a Jalen and AJ communication that led to that.
I knew exactly what the play was that we were calling, and that was run in that moment.
So they didn't check?
I knew exactly what the play was in that moment, what we called, and what was,
I guess
and what
the
did
greater
happen.
issue is why in the first 59 minutes was AJ never targeted beyond.
Were we in a debate, or is that what? Or
Well, I think that's a fair question to ask.
what's the question?
But why wasn't AJ targeted beyond the first 2 drives, and it took until that moment for you guys to throw to him deep?
Yeah, again, games, if you look at the game and how the game went, there's a lot of plays in that game that are going to him that for different reasons don't. For instance, Smitty's touchdown. That play is going to AJ. They took it away, and he threw it over the top. You can't look at stats and just say, this is what's happening. You can't paint the picture that way. I know that's sometimes is all the information that you guys may have, but you can't look at it that way and just say, here's how the game is playing out. Like, there are reasons and different things. A.J. Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, so of course we're trying to get him involved in the game every single time. Sometimes it goes like it did in the Rams game or the Vikings game, and sometimes it goes like it did in this last game.
Is AJ it seems like you get off to a good start lately. You get that first drive, it's moving, and then it sort of bogs down. How can you combat that, or what can you do to make sure?
Yeah, it's just about being consistent. There's been games we've been consistent throughout the game. There's been games, coaching and playing. There's been games that we've sputtered at times. Obviously, I think it's always just about continuing to excel and try to get better. We would have the same mindset if we scored 40 in that game of coming back to work and trying to get better as if we had scored 10. Same thing on defense. We'd have the same mindset whether we gave up 7 or 37 to come back and try to get better from it. So that's all we're trying to do is be more consistent with our detail, with everything, and in attempts to put it all together like we have in the last couple games.
This is the third time, though, after a victory where AJ, either on social media or in this case a live stream, has sort of voiced his displeasure. Is that at all becoming a distraction?
No, I don't think so. Again, you can only go from your interactions with everybody and the way they go about their work on a daily basis that you guys aren't able to see. But no, it's business as usual.
Coach, on a short week, how are you preparing for the Lions on Sunday?
Yeah, same way we would. Obviously, if we had the full boat. Obviously, with the bye week that we had, we got to get a little bit ahead on that. So bye week, obviously, you do all your self-scout, but you also do any short week that you might be coming up and in preparation for Green Bay. So we were able to get a little bit of that done there. Obviously, when we get back at, late on a Monday, you're a day behind, but you're hoping that everything that you did prior to that gets you caught up. Now, the little bit different way the schedule goes is, maybe at this particular time we'd have first, second, and third down done. Well, now you have first and second down done, and everything kicks back a little bit deeper into the week to do that. But this is a really good team that we're about to play. Really well coached, really good players, physical, tough team. I got a lot of respect for this football team that's been doing it at a very high level for now the past 3 years now. So. We expect their best, and we know this is a really good team.
Nick, is AJ physically the same player he was in previous seasons? And I understand that maybe you can't look at the stats in one game, but we're pretty decent sample size here. His production hasn't been up to that level. Why is that?
Yeah, I think he's moving around really well, and getting out of breaks well. Still, physical, strong, quick. I still see all the same physical attributes.
Understanding that your approach on offense is limiting the turnovers, which is helping you guys win. Is it a sustainable approach from the standpoint of all the star players that you have on offense?
I don't know.
Who are all going to obviously going to want to be featured parts. Can you sustain that over a long period of time?
Well, we've been doing a good job of taking care of it for the last 2 years, and it's been pretty sustainable so far. We just got to continue that. Like I've said to you guys, you want to be able to be explosive too, but our first and foremost is always win that turnover battle. We know that's the key for us on how we take care of the football, and that goes into every element that we have, offensively, defensively, coaching. We sure spend a lot of time on it. So. We've had some success here the last 2 years playing this way, and we'll continue to try to get better and work to get better. But we're definitely not gonna sway from the turnover battle.
You have a lot of new pieces, obviously, on defense. On Monday night, guys who hadn't played together, new combinations, guys who've been out for a while. How do you explain, I guess, the togetherness that they played with? When it was just a lot of new pieces.
A good week of preparation and a good job by our coaches, catching the guys up. I thought you saw a really good group rush by the guys, and I know Jalen obviously got a lot of pressure, and his stats looked the way they were, and he was really good, but it was such a good group effort, right? You saw Jalen Carter getting great rushes and push back in the run game. You saw, Nolan have hits on the quarterback. You saw Morrow calling things out. So it was just a great week of preparation. But one of the clips that I liked the best from the game is when Jalen Phillips puts pressure on the quarterback, kind of knocks the guy back into the quarterback, and then Jalix gets the sack out of it, and how much joy Jalen Phillips had for Jalix to get that sack. I think that my short time with Jalen Phillips has been really positive so far, just with obviously his play, but just the way he goes about his business, and just pumped to have him. And it was good to just see those guys gel that way, and we got to continue to build on that because we know that our up front offensively and defensively is what always leads the way here.
When you say it was kind of business as usual with AJ, I mean, his latest comments, made it seem like it's not business as usual. How do you kind of reconcile that with him?
Yeah, guys, I'm close to being done answering these questions with this. He's working hard, and he is a big part of this game plan, and it'll be a big part of the game plan going forward. And he's working like crazy when he's here, and I'm excited to have him.
And being said, what's your evaluation of how Kevin has operated the offense?
Yeah, I think he's done a good job of. Obviously we're 7-2 right now. Every game doesn't look exactly the same. Every production is not going to look exactly the same. But he's doing a good job of calling the game, putting the plan together, organizing. There's a lot more into it than just calling the game, obviously. Organizing everything, teaching the players the game plan, getting the offensive coaches on the same game plan. And so I think he's done a good job of leading this group. And obviously the goal is to win every game. We're 7-2 right now. We want to get better, and we'll continue to work on that.
All right, thanks.
All right, Nick Sirianni, a lot to react to. He got feisty, some good follow-up questions from Tim
I'm done with
McManus
these questions.
and Jeff McClain. We got that coming up next. Middays with March 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
He knew the play. I'm Ray Dunn. This update is brought to you by Bradford White Water Heaters. We need a new water heater. Choose one that's built to be the best. Choose Bradford White. You just heard from Nick Sirianni. He was adamant that they did the right thing on 4th and 6 in the win over the Packers on Monday night. He also continues to claim that he knew the play. Whether he called the play, still a question, but he knew the play that they ran on that 4th and 6 after reports this week of Hurts and Brown going rogue on that 4th and 6 and calling their own play. We'll continue to react to everything Sirianni had to say throughout the show today. Elsewhere in Philadelphia sports, the Sixers won last night 102-100 without Joel Embiid. Embiid day-to-day right knee soreness. He was out last night. And the Flyers tonight have the Oilers. That game starting at 7:30. You can listen to it right here on The Fanatic. This update's also brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. Despite the wintry conditions and heavy traffic, holidays must go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come with the latest safety technology. Find incredible offers at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
right, we're back. Middays with Marks. All right, Nick Sirianni. Better than I thought was going to be.
Yeah, it was a little back and forth, which I appreciated.
So,
a little push from the reporters.
And this isn't criticism of the reporters, because sometimes you ask a question, you don't get a chance to finish it. Tim McManus stepped in and made sure he asked the exact question that needed to be asked. Do we have the back and forth right done? T-Mac made sure that the question was being asked.
And was clear.
About it. And I got to give Nick Sirianni a lot of credit. From that first press conference where he was scared to death, this dude commands these press conferences without being a D, answering the questions.
He's learned some nuance.
Yeah, he does. He's very good at it. Here's the back and forth exchange.
Obviously, the player, what are you asking? Just everything about it, the decision?
Well, was it your decision?
To go for it on fourth down, yeah.
No, to throw that pass.
Yeah. Anytime you go into...
They didn't audible there.
Every time you go into a game, you know the plays that we're running on fourth down. Obviously, you know the plays that are being run the whole time, but specifically fourth down, because when you go into that and a fourth down decision works, that's great. It continues drives. In that case, it would have ended the game. If it doesn't work, you understand as the head coach, it's all going to be on you. And so obviously you're very in tune with everything that goes on and is into that play. So knew exactly what play we were calling.
I don't need any more of this. The back and forth was Tim McManus. Tim McManus asked him, he made him answer the question, was that the play that you called? And he said it and said it again.
Yeah.
Was that was the play that was called.
Double down.
That was the play that was called. That was the play that was called.
And then when he was asked about why, I'm not going to get into this, all the things I say during a game, blah, 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 blah. Look, we're no fools.
Right.
We know exactly what
happened.
This is spin after the fact. He's protecting his players, just like I expected him to do. It's what he's supposed to do. So we all know that's not what he called. He wasn't happy that he did it, and you move forward. Right. Got his players back. That's why they like playing for him.
They won the game.
Takes the target off.
What did he say? Uncle Jamie actually texted me he was talking about. First of all, he said that it's they got fourth down plays. Like, oh yeah, no, that we have fourth down plays coming.
We know
what
we're going to run.
So throwing the ball 30 yards on a 4th and 6 is a prototypical fourth down play that you come into a game to do.
Up by 3 with no timeouts and going to get the ball back with 27 seconds left.
So Kevin Foley, our film guy, former longtime executive producer over at NFL Films, former a collegiate quarterback at Maryland, and one of the best quarterbacks ever playing South Jersey. He's going to join us coming up at 1:10. He's texting me while this is going on, and he knows exactly what happened. He's going to explain it to us.
Good.
And
when's he coming on?
1:10.
Okay.
1:10. He knows the play. He said Hurts threw it to the wrong guy on the.
Well, A.J. Brown's never the right guy, apparently.
Right. Well, apparently another player was open, and he should have never thrown it to A.J. Brown. He's going to walk us through that. All right, so we have more.
I got to get the play up again.
All right, here it is.
I knew exactly what the play was that we were calling, and that was run in that moment.
So they didn't check?
I knew exactly what the play was in that moment, what we called, and what was
I guess
and what
the
did
greater
happen.
issue is why in the first 59 minutes was AJ never targeted beyond.
Were we in a debate?
That's a drop.
And then he went up, but
that's not true.
And then Jeff said that. I guess the question is why isn't he being targeted more? And then he gave the answer of, well, a lot of things go into a game. It doesn't mean that you don't want to, and you don't realize what happens
they don't
during
want
the game.
Clearly,
it's a fine answer. We don't know if they're covering him with 2 players, and if they have a shell,
Safety
one
help.
underneath, one over top. I get it, but then you can say that about just do that every week against every wide receiver.
Yeah. And it wasn't a problem in 2022, 2023, and 2024. So why is it a problem now?
A little bit last year.
And again, I've always said this. You don't listen to what a coach says or a GM says. You listen to what they do.
Eyes, yeah.
Yes. How they can sit there and say, oh, I love this player, blah, 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 but they never use them. That tells me how you feel. Usage tells me more than your words.
I think I think a lot of this is that Jalen has low confidence throwing the football, and for whatever reason, he doesn't want to make those throws when AJ's
because they're contested.
We've seen enough stupid videos on Twitter where AJ's open, and I'm talking about wide open, right? Just because a guy is in the NFL, being open isn't being open in college. In college, you're wide open. In the NFL, you need a step. So you got to see coming out of the break, he may not look open right now, but I'm going to throw the ball, and he's going to be open by the time it hits the spot.
Yeah.
That's not the way Jalen is a quarterback. He doesn't throw. He
He
throw to
throws to
spots.
open receivers. He doesn't throw to spots.
Donovan did the same thing.
Yeah.
And Donovan didn't like throwing interceptions. He did not turn the ball over. He took great care of the ball with that kind of stuff. Jalen kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
When he's super confident out there, he's letting it rip.
Yeah.
We saw that the previous 2 weeks.
Low risk.
They don't want to take the risk.
Yeah. And he just, I don't know what it is. He just doesn't want to throw those 50-50 balls, even though A.J. Brown's great at it.
Coming up, Nick Sirianni's answer on A.J. Brown not getting targets. We have that coming up next. And then Kevin Foley, our film guy, explains what happened on that fourth down and what's going on with Jalen Hurts in general from the last game. That's coming up. Middays with Marks, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
He knew the play. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. You just heard Nick Sirianni on our airwaves. We carry that presser live for you here on Middays with Marks. Sirianni answering the questions about the 4th and 6 that reportedly A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts calling the audible to go to a different play than what they wanted late in that game. The question of why they would go for it still remains, but here is Nick Sirianni going back and forth whether or not he was in charge of that play.
I knew exactly what the play was that we were calling, and that was run in that moment.
So they didn't check?
I knew exactly what the play was in that moment, what we called, and what was
I guess
and what
the
did
greater
happen.
issue is why in the first 59 minutes was AJ never targeted beyond.
Were we in a debate?
Kind of felt like it at times as things got contentious between the Eagles press and, of course, the head coach Nick Sirianni coming off of the 10-7 win over the Packers. They have the Lions on Sunday Night Football coming up. In Eagles news, Jair Alexander placed on the retired reserve list this morning. Jacory Bennett activated from injured reserve. Elsewhere in Philadelphia sports, the Flyers and Oilers playing tonight at 7:30. Catch that one right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by Audible. Stuck in traffic? Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with rom-coms, romantasy, the really steamy stuff. Listen free with a 30-day trial at audible.com. I'm Ray Dunn on your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
All right, we're back. Middays with Marks. With Jason Mertitus.
Nice mispronunciation of my name.
You have one of those last names where if you get a teacher on the first day, they're looking at it.
Maritas. It's been a disaster.
Same thing with Ray.
Nobody's faking this last name.
No.
Yeah, Ray Dunn.
Yeah, what do they call you, Ray?
Dunne?
Usually Dunn, but
Dunny?
we've got a few Dunes in there.
Dunny?
Because you have an E on the end, right?
Yeah, people think that
you're the French Dunne.
Dunne.
Where's the E on your...
Raymond Dunne.
Where does the E come from? Is it French?
Irish.
Oh, Irish.
Irish. If you take the E off, you're English.
Well,
he looks like he just strutted out of an Irish pub.
But so why didn't who came, do you know who came over from Ireland in your
Well, they did.
lineage?
They dropped it off for a little while there because nobody
they
liked
did?
the Irish. Yeah, that was done Dunn.
And then you went back to it. The family went back to it and said, "You know what? The hell with these a-holes.
We're gonna
This is our last
properly
name."
put the E back on.
I respect that.
Because we're from Letterkenny, Ireland.
I actually respect that. That's cool. So my grandmother came over, and her last name was Valvano.
Not Jim Valvano.
Not Jim Valvano. Well, I don't know her. I don't know my grandfather's name, but so she was she was Nanny. She died in 1986, so I remember she's my great grandmother.
So Nanny, not Nana.
Not Nana, Nanny.
Oh, see, mine was Mum. We had a Mum.
So my grandmother was Mom.
Yeah.
My other grandmother was Mimi. But they don't use them much anymore.
No.
So anyway.
Yeah, my mom's mom came over from Ireland, from Belfast.
So we didn't realize we had any Italian in our family because she changed her last name. Their family changed her last name to Block. Block, a German last name. Because the same reasons why Ray. They didn't like the Italians coming over.
Yeah.
So we didn't realize until my grandmother died and my mom and my aunt were going through, and they kept hitting a dead end at some point in the early 1900s, and they found out because they came in through New York, and there was somebody got baptized in Queens at a Catholic church.
Came in Ellis Island?
And that's how they found out that Valvano was actually their last name. So I am actually 12.5% Italian, which I never thought I was. I know.
You're not a Metagon.
Look at me.
Wow, no ragu for you.
Oh, I like Prego.
You Prego, man? Too sugary.
So there's a I'm diabetic. There's a 0 sugar Prego.
Oh.
That isn't bad at all.
Sure,
Block.
great.
Uncle Jamie says BLOCH. Block was what she
Like
changed
Blotch.
the name to. Yeah, like Blotch. So there you go. All right.
My mom was a Gibbons.
Gibbons?
Yeah, very Irish. My mom was 100% Irish.
But aren't you Italian, Ray? That's your mom's side, right? Yeah, he's 50% Italian. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you look Irish. You're
Very Irish.
You're fair.
He does.
You just peel and burn and peel like I do in this.
Correct. Yep.
I don't.
I don't tan. I just burn and peel.
I have a pretty good skin. I'm not.
Yeah, you got a little olive complexion too.
Yeah, pretty good skin. So, but Ray shaved Halloween. Ray shaved the beard, and he's already got it back. I would say if I'm power ranking beard growth, 1 Mertitas.
Oh, obviously.
2 Ray.
I had this like in 9th grade.
I'm 3rd, although
I was 19 in 9th grade, but
my beard grows pretty quickly. But Ray, let me see, Ray, where are we at with growth? All right.
it's well kept.
We're about to say.
I hate shaving, so.
But he doesn't have a hairy back like I do.
Oh, you got hairy back?
Yeah.
Chewy here I'm doing the show with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
It covers up.
I have a
Nick
little bit.
Foles.
Little bit.
Oh, I have a lot bit.
I get I had obviously no hair on my head, which sucks being an Irish guy in the summer because your head just burns.
Right.
I could never get a sunroof or a convertible. But you get the hair in the ears. It grows everywhere but where you want it to.
I have hair in the ears. I have major nose hair. But since you're bald.
You take the hedge trimmers of that nostril?
I have more than yes. I have a few different things I use for that.
Yeah, me too.
I
use the hair clippers. I get up in there, angle it.
No, it's tough to get all the way up there, which, by the way, is bad because you're supposed to have that hair up in your nose
protects
canal.
your nostril.
Correct.
It's cilia.
Correct. Look
Not
at you.
O Cecilia.
Not O Cecilia. By the way, the 1 o'clock hour, if you want your hair back, Jason, brought to you by Morgenstern Hair Restorations. Great teams stick together, so does great hair. Morgenstern Hair Restoration, championship results. Visit MorgensternHairRestoration.com or call them 610-980-4000.
I walked in there one day and they fainted. They're like, you're too much work.
Yeah, no, no, but no, that's not true. They wouldn't faint. You probably have good donor hair if you didn't shave your head. That's where they take it from the side and the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Phil Martelli went in there. They could get him looking sexy with a full head of hair.
I can't see Phil with hair.
No, he shouldn't. I'm not saying he should, but they could.
He's a good bald man.
Anyway, what do we have with Sirianni here? This was the A.J. Brown targets. All right, so here's Nick Sirianni. He's being asked, and it wasn't a question. And I love the fact that Nick said, well, what's the question? And Jeff McClain fired back. So here's Nick Sirianni on A.J. Brown not getting targets.
Yeah, again, games, if you look at the game and how the game went, there's a lot of plays in that game that are going to him that for different reasons don't. For instance, Smitty's touchdown. That play is going to AJ. They took it away, and he threw it over the top. You can't look at stats and just say, this is what's happening. You can't paint the picture that way. I know that's sometimes is all the information that you guys may have, but you can't look at it that way and just say, here's how the game is playing out. Like, there are reasons and different things. AJ Brown is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, so of course we're trying to get him involved in the game every single time. Sometimes it goes like it did in the Rams game or the Vikings game, and sometimes it goes like it did in this last game.
Yeah, listen, we're not stupid, all right? And you can say that all you want, that's fine. And you're right, during situations, during games, maybe it's not as easy as we think, or it's just you just can't say, yeah, we're going to get AJ the ball, and it's that simple. Whatever. It's your job to figure out a way to get the ball to your playmakers. Because guess what? I don't think Zach Taylor of the Cincinnati Bengals is an elite offensive mind. Guess who gets more targets than anybody in the NFL? Jamar Chase. Yep. And he may not be as good as Jamar Chase. A.J. Brown is that type of a receiver. He just is. He's an elite top 5 type of receiver. It's on you and Kevin Patullo and everybody else on that offensive staff to find ways to get the ball in his hands. And that answer's crap.
It is, because it's not a one-game sample size. We're looking at all 9. And he wasn't targeted twice until late in third quarter. The numbers are way down. And this is not – now, A.J. Brown's only played 8 games. But this is not a situation where you go, well, this is just a kind of one and done. It was 1 week, and he was covered, and we couldn't get him the ball, which happens. I understand. But this is now 8 games with A.J. Brown.
This is more than a trend.
Yeah. It's a decent sample size now, so the question is relevant. Jeff McClain should have said, can I treat him as a hostile witness?
Shout out to Jeff McClain, who, by the way, he is in consideration for in the power rankings as far as being the number one Eagles insider. Tim McManus. It's funny, back-to-back, the 2 guys that I would say off the top of my head are 1 and 2.
T-Mac,
McClain, and then Colarulo 3.
Where do I fit in? I broke a huge story.
But it's been a while. That's a while. That's a long time.
Yeah. It was a big one that I broke.
Carson Wentz broken back. It was a good, broken back. You broke it.
Yeah. But yeah, you're right. I haven't been on the beat in a while. Not that I was on the beat then.
But I can't consider you. It's been.
Yeah, I'm like kind of a retired insider.
You are.
People are all like, "How would you get this information?" Because I'm a least
it can't
likely
be right.
person.
It can't be right. No, you're because it's you to make stuff up about the Eagles. Yeah, it's definitely your MO.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make something like that up. Like the quarterback's got a fractured back.
It is Nick Sirianni. If you're not calling plays, brother, and you're the CEO coach and you do a very good job with that kind of stuff, then you know what? Maybe take some of the time out of your day to figure out a way to get the ball to A.J. Brown.
That should be priority number 1 this week in game planning against Detroit.
Every week.
Yep.
A.J. Brown targets by weeks. And by the way, I'm not being unfair. I'm not going to go back to last year where they were Saquon Barkley and they weren't throwing the ball.
That was different.
And I also realize that this team is never going to be a team that averages 35 to 40 throws a week. I know that, and I'm not expecting that. You got to do better than this. It doesn't feel like A.J. Brown's a part of the offense on most weeks.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
Correct.
The previous 3 seasons, he averaged 9.97 targets a game. He's at 6.7 this year, and there's a 10 in there in 8 games. The numbers are way down.
All right, 3 against Green Bay, 6 against the Vikings, 9 against the Giants. That's good. 9.
10.
He had 8 against the Broncos, 9 against Tampa, 10, 8, and 1. So a lot of those weeks, all right. 9, 8, 10, right? But he's also getting 2 receptions for 7 yards.
Yeah.
5 receptions for 43 yards. 5 receptions for 27 yards. 1 reception for 8 yards.
Remember the 3 targets in the one game which were just trying to get it to him in a row? Didn't catch any of them.
He didn't? No, yeah, when they force-fed him and it was bad. It's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But how about in your first 15, if they're still scripting up the first 15 or whatever they do with that, when you're coming out, and remember Andy used to look great the first 15, and then after that,
it was a gong show.
For the rest of the half. How about when you're doing your script, you say, you know what? And I know I keep saying this, and maybe people are going to be like, John, you sound like such an amateur football person. What about doing something other than throwing him the ball? What about having some wrinkles where you're doing some plays that get him the ball outside of, hey, go out and will throw it to you if you're open. But if they're keying on you, it's tough to do it.
Or just a little shovel pass with him in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. Something to get him involved. You want to open up the field because it'll open up the run game more.
When you see him in space, I don't know why they're not running more slants. I don't know why they're not trying to do that. But when he's in space, he is so strong.
He's a monster.
He can run people over. He avoids contact. Everything that you're looking for, you have this guy here. And the answer I get is like, hey, Nick, then you're not doing a good enough job.
Yeah.
You're not doing a good enough job.
So I'm not doing a good enough job.
But how much of this is Petula? Does he lack creativity? I've seen some creativity from him down in the red zone with the shovel passes to Goddard and
you know I think it's
out
on
of the
the
tush push. Sirianni. Oh, Hurts.
The quarterback.
He's playing safe.
Not because he doesn't like AJ or anything like that, because he doesn't want to take the shots.
He's in his read, but he says he's a little too covered for me.
Kevin Foley's going to tell us about this coming up.
I can't wait because I need some answers.
He has the answers.
You want answers.
He has it. What happened on that fourth down play? Kevin Foley explains it to us, and what happened with Jalen Hurts. All of that, and then a little preview of the Lions and what they do well. Kevin Foley, our film insider, is coming up right after this. This is Middays with Marks on 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, let's talk about, and I hit it again last night. I had a 3-team NBA parlay last night.
Wow.
That I hit.
You didn't even consult Mr. NBA.
Big favorites on the money line. So I've been doing this. I'm looking and saying, they're not losing, they're not losing, they're not losing. And I've hit my last 3 of them.
Wow.
It was nice. And that's what you get. That's why you go to the BetParks app and online casino right now. It's another way to win. How about doubling the spread? Check this out. Birds now play on Sunday night under the lights at the Link. They're 2-point home favorites hosting Detroit. Every week, BetParks takes one NFL game and doubles the spread on one select game every week. Check the BetParks app every Friday afternoon. How about Saturday? A full card of college football. BetParks is the only app that I recommend to bet on sports and to play all of your favorite online casino games. Blackjack roulette plus online slots like Divine Fortunes. Plus new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back. Plus 250 free spins on the new slot game Tree Wishes. That is a BetParks exclusive. You must be 21 and in PA, New Jersey, or Michigan. BetParks.com has the details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Fanatics, Andrew D.
All right, we're back middays with Marks on 97.5 The Fanatic. John Marks, Jason Martinez, Ray Dunn's in the house, and joining us right now, he's our film ace.
He's the ace.
At Playbook K Foley. His name's
I'm going to give him a follow. That's on X?
So I guess it's Playbook Foley, because the K Foley. At Playbook Foley. I believe that's YouTube, NX, LinkedIn maybe?
Oh, I got him here. Yeah,
Like
at Playbook K Foley.
Okay, Playbook K Foley.
Oh, he's got hair like me.
Long time
I'm already following.
Longtime NFL Films executive producer of the Matchup Show, played collegiately at Maryland, one of the best high school quarterbacks in South Jersey history, brother of Glenn Foley. And now he breaks it down for us. He's going to give us insight on what happened at the end of that Eagles game. His name is Kevin Foley. What's up, K Foles?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good, man. All right, so let's start at the end, and then we'll move backwards from there. 4th and 6. How many seconds? 36 seconds left. 33 seconds left. They went for it on 4th down. A lot of people are wondering why they were going for it on 4th down. But let's talk about the play itself. When you look at that and you went back and looked at it on film, the accusation was that it wasn't the play that was called. As a former quarterback, you know how this works. Can you audible that? Can you check out of that and call a different play? What goes into that play, and what did you see when you looked at it?
Well, that's all internal. I don't know if they give him the option or the opportunity. Surely Brady, Manning, Breeze, a lot of those guys could do whatever they wanted up there. So I don't know how that works out. But I don't think they're upset with the call. The call was fine. I think they're upset with the decision. Again, it's 4th down. They're on the right hash here. The defense is in a 5-man deep front. What does that mean? Well, to a quarterback, it means you're probably going to get man coverage 80% of the time. So what happens? You got 5 guys blocking 5 up front, and then you got Barkley to block the middle linebacker. All right? Now, that's 6 on 6. So what happens is the middle linebacker blitzes. Well, you got 2 options. You got A.J. Brown way out wide on the left, right? He's running a takeoff. And you say it's a 35-yard throw. It's a 35-yard throw down the field, and then it's a 35-yard throw to the sideline. So it's not 70, but it's a 60, 55-yard throw. You got to drop it into a dime within a yard spot. What happens, what you're taught as a quarterback there is if the middle linebacker blitzes, well, now you got Devontae Smith in the slot in the middle of the field. It's the hardest position to cover, and he's probably the best in the NFL from the slot. He's uncoverable. The amount of separation he gets is ridiculous. And he doesn't go there. He doesn't throw that ball. Instead, he throws the 40-60 ball way outside, and I think that's where you get – I appreciated Sirianni's reaction to the question. But, yeah, that's what he was upset about. What are you doing? Why would you not throw the slant? It's an 8-yard ball to the toughest guy to cover in the slot.
Right. Is this a case where Jalen had already made up his mind before he snapped the ball that he was going to A.J. Brown instead of looking at the middle linebacker and saying, okay, if he comes, this is where I'm going with the football? Did he predetermine that throw before the snap?
Only he can answer that, but it is the first thing I thought of as a quarterback. Yeah, he came to the line and he said, it looks like we're getting man-to-man coverage, which was clear. And he goes, I'm going to get this out to A.J. I don't know why or whatever, but again, as a quarterback, you got to manage the situation. It's all about reacting to what the defense does, right? Now, if the middle linebacker doesn't blitz there, right, what happens then? Well, now the slant's taken away. The slant's not an option, right? He's basically double covered in there. Now you go outside to A.J. But once that middle linebacker comes, I mean, you got to see that in the NFL, and you got to make that 9-yard slant throw. The only way to defend it is to come through his back. So that's what Sirianni was upset about, I would almost guarantee.
Kevin, as a quarterback, you can lose a guy sometimes, and you're just not seeing him. Maybe you guys aren't on the same page. I saw some clips, A.J. Brown open over the middle. Hurts didn't get it to him, didn't see him. I don't know what it was. But as a quarterback, and you would think with your top receiver in A.J. Brown, you'd find a way to look his way first. Why is Hurts not going to him? I know there's different reads he's got to make once the ball is snapped, but this is, 3 targets in the game, 2 in the first quarter, that one on that play that we just talked about, twice this season not targeted till late in the third quarter. What's the issue with that?
Only Hurts can answer that, but the overall answer to it is he's really not comfortable throwing the ball over the middle of the field. I think he's not comfortable making any anticipation throws. And when everyone says, oh, A.J. Brown's frustrated, it's not with the play call. he's open on these anticipation throws that are going to be huge plays, and the ball's not being thrown to him. His eyes are coming down, and he's running off out of there. I went through each of the drives and all of the plays. Again, opening drive, he had the fumble. I don't mind that fumble there. That's not an issue.
Right.
The
Great
biggest
punch out.
issue, there was a lot of penalties, a lot of third and longs, but the missed reads and throws, I counted about 5 for anywhere between 150 to 200 yards of offense left on the field via the pass game from the pocket.
Kev, one thing, too. He goes over the top to Devontae Smith on a 50-50 ball, and he catches the touchdown. That's the weird part, right?
Well, here's the thing, man. There's two throws. There's two sorts of throws in the game. Balls to the perimeter, where you throw it out there so you don't have to worry about not seeing guys, right? Over the top or to the outside. Well, you got to have a lot of confidence throwing the ball in the middle of the field. You got to see a lot of things or you get picked. But let me finish this. There were 3 and outs on the second, third, and fifth drives. On the fourth drive, right, they had a 3rd and 11. AJ's out wide by himself to the right. He runs a double move. 2 safeties over. There's a corner and a safety over the top. The second you see the safety bail out of there, that's not a throw to AJ. But he hangs on him for another 3 seconds. Not sure why. But then backside, you got a sit dig, it's called. One guy sits down, Goddard, and then Smith's got an in-breaker. You just read the linebacker. He hugs up on the Goddard. In-breaker is wide open. He doesn't even throw. He pulls his eyes down and runs left for 4. There's 2 seam balls. The one everyone saw to Calcaterra that he threw high and missed. There's another one to Darius Cooper down the left side. Left seam, wide open. It doesn't get more open in the NFL. Doesn't see it, pulls his eyes down and throw. But, yeah, I don't want to be a negative. I don't want you guys to call me Chris Sims here. So I got to give him props on the post-cross, the touchdown to Smith. He comes out, and he stares at A.J. Brown running that little dig route and stares right at that safety, then gives a little shoulder shimmy with it. And that safety bites, and then he throws it over the top of him. Perfectly done. Loved it.
Well, he underthrew him. Just saying. I'm not trying to be
over his helmet together.
Yeah, okay. That's the other thing. Devontae Smith, I always thought A.J. Brown was the 50-50 guy.
Yeah.
He's been unbelievable this year in those 50-50 balls going up and getting them.
He weighs like 140 pounds.
He is great, man. He really is. So I think we've talked about this before, Kevin, but we saw a confident Jalen Hurts the previous 2 games. And the confident Jalen Hurts isn't gun-shy and is stepping up and is driving those throws down the field. What we saw on Monday night was the Jalen Hurts that isn't confident. And remember when Nick Bosa, it was the beginning of the end of 2023. Nick Bosa, after that game with the 49ers where they dominated the Eagles, Nick Bosa said, you want your template for beating the Eagles? I'll give it to the Cowboys right now. Pressure him up the middle, and even when there's not pressure, he senses it, and it changes him. And that's when he's struggling, he senses that pressure, and he's not seeing the middle of the field. If you look at his throwing chart, he's throwing everything outside the hashes. That's what I saw from Jalen, at least from my layman's eyes. That's what I saw from Jalen on Monday night.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I mean, they do a good job. They have to try and design balls outside and over the top. And, he just struggles throwing the ball in the middle. The other part to defending him, though, get pressure up the middle, but you got to contain him. And you can't just pull his eyes down and run right and get outside the pocket.
Right.
You got to keep him in the pocket, even if you give him 7 seconds to throw. Give him let him be hanging in the pocket as long as he wants and funnel everything to the inside. Don't let him throw outside. That's how you defend him.
Kev, the game, obviously, not a lot of points, none in the first half. First time since 2009 on Monday Night Football was a scoreless first half. Was this defense just 2 defenses battling it, or was it also a contribution of offense not getting it done?
It's always some kind of balance. It's always a little bit of both. I would say with the Eagles, the defense dominated more, and with the other side of the ball, I think the Philly offense shot themselves in the foot a little bit. They had a lot of penalties, a lot of 3rd and longs, trying to dig themselves out of holes and get back on track a lot of the day.
Jalen Phillips in the defense. All of a sudden, you go from being like, wow, we're in trouble. We don't have enough edge rushers. Nolan Smith comes back, has a good game. Jalen Phillips looked great in his first game. BG's back as well. Overall, what did you think of the defense? We know they obviously played well based on the end score, but what did you think of the edge rushers in particular?
Oh, man, it's a different lineup now, and this is great. It's a long season. You want to be peaking and hitting on all cylinders at the right time. And now they got a Jomo who's playing out of his mind. Jalis Hunt's playing great. You add Phillips. You get Nolan Smith back. Obviously, Davis and Carter. I always liked Adoree Jackson from the beginning. He's not going to be a shutdown guy, but he plays intelligently and he plays to his help. So as long as he's surrounded by other good players, he should be fine, man. So, and obviously the secondary is stellar.
I thought Nakobe Dean was actually good too.
Really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
As a quarterback, you're avoiding Quinyon Mitchell, right?
As much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
If he's following your best receiver all day, I mean, no, you got to give him a shot at some point.
He's in their hip pocket.
Depending on what the strengths of your receiver are.
Yeah, he's good. All right, one last thing here. We're talking to Kevin Foley, longtime NFL film executive producer. You can follow him. Are there two Ks, or is it Playbook Foley, or is it Playbook K Foley?
Come on, man. I thought it was a little creative. It's Playbook Foley, but the K and the F are capital, right, for my initials?
I see that. Yeah, no, I didn't know if there was two Ks. We don't want three Ks.
It serves two purposes.
It does.
Yeah.
All right, so last thing. When I talk about teams in the NFC that I don't want to face in the playoffs, Rams are one. Not far behind are the Lions. A major matchup problem with both receivers they have, two running backs. And if you don't pressure Jared Goff, that's trouble. So I know Kevin just doesn't look at the Eagles. He's looking at all the film from all the different teams. Give us an evaluation on what we're going to see Sunday night with the Lions.
Yeah, I think this is the game. This is where the home field advantage is huge. I think if you have to go to Detroit, man, they'll be an underdog. I mean, what are they favored?
2.5.
1 or 2 points?
2.5.
The Lions are the better team, they think. But, yeah, if you want to talk about the absolute opposite of Jalen Hurts as a quarterback, you're talking about Goff. He can't move at all, and he's probably the best anticipation thrower in the game. And he's got playmakers everywhere with St. Brown, and Williams runs like a 4-3. Gibbs should be in the running for the MVP as a running back, one of the best tight ends in Laporta. And that offensive line is better than Phillies. They got Sewell, Decker, and Glasgow. They're all pro guys up there. So I think it's the best team in the NFC right now. That doesn't mean anything right now. We'll see what happens when the playoffs roll around. That's when it's important.
All right. There he is, Kevin Foley. Do you watch film? Do you have one of those old projectors? Do you go in like a store, a room? Yeah, projector, cigarettes, coffee?
I do go in a room, but I do not have one of the old projectors. I don't even think you can play anything on that. No, you get the NFL Plus. You get all 22. It's great there.
Wow. I remember the old school, like the teacher in elementary school winding the film through the projector with the pancake reels.
Right. Film strips.
Dude, on Thanksgiving week, my dad used to play these old movies in the millimeter or whatever it was. He'd
30 millimeter.
back, and there would be dogs running around. He had to avoid dogs while talk about having a tough time playing in the pocket.
That's funny. All right, Kev, great stuff, man. We'll talk to you again next week. Thanks,
Kev.
All right, thanks, fellas. See you.
There he is. Really, really good stuff. Kevin
Awesome.
Foley. His dad, so Kevin played collegiately at Maryland. His brother Glenn was an NFL quarterback. I worked with Glenn. He's awesome. His brother Ed, longtime Temple assistant, was with Carolina. Is it
Matt Rule?
He followed Matt Rule to Carolina. I forget where he is now. Ed, he's somewhere. But we're talking about a 30-whatever-year career as a coach. Ed, his dad Ed Sr. was a Boston College quarterback.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? Yeah, nothing against my mom and my dad, but I don't have that guy.
Yeah, what'd you hook me up with here?
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, so he's got a whole
That's like the
line
Mannings. It's the New Jersey Mannings.
It is. Yep. Arch is trying to
be the next.
We'll see. So Ray, I was thinking about this. Who do we have that was saying that likes Adoree Jackson? Was it Moshe yesterday? Jeff Mosher that was.
I think it was DeCecco.
Was it DeCecco was talking about Adoree Jackson? I'm ready to start some type of a fan club for Adoree Jackson.
Yeah? You want to put your face on that?
Why not? Well, Ray can.
There's a lot of other guys to put your fandom behind.
I know, but that's easy to do. Everybody complains about Adoree
I'm putting
Jackson.
it behind A.J. Brown.
Okay, well, yeah, me too. But
no, you can't join my club. You're the Adoree Jackson guy.
No. I came on the.
You want Keely Ringo?
I came on today yelling and screaming. J.J. Brown's right and Nick Sirianni's wrong. I do not want Keely Ringo. No. But Adoree Jackson, is he as bad as we thought he is? Now we've had two insiders that say, you know what, Adoree Jackson isn't as bad Here's why Vic Fangio plays him. He's a veteran that's not going to make mistakes.
He's not going to make the egregious error.
He's going to lose because he's not talented enough, but
you got to have a weakest link, right?
Yeah,
you have to have it.
Yeah, he's starting here because he's experienced and he's their best option right now.
Look, not for nothing. With Phillips now and the pass rush, Jalen Carter, I think, is going to have a huge second half. I thought he was great in that game.
Great. No, the defensive line looks like a real strength right now.
That's going to help the secondary even more.
The defense very quickly has went from to you better get Mako if you're one of those other teams.
Yeah.
Because they were wreaking havoc. And it wasn't because the Packers offense was bad.
How about who was it that called out the play?
Ojomo.
Ojomo. Yeah, he calls. I mean,
Ojomo. I saw someone tweet one of the reporters tweet that Ojomo's been better so far this year than Milton Williams was last year, and I think you can make the case he's been as good.
Yeah, the running back, I forget his name.
He lead the team in sacks.
Was saying he heard him call out. He goes, "It's horrible when you hear the defense call out the play you're about to run
because then
changes the way you run."
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah, you're like, "Oh my god,
They
I'm
know
running
what's
right
coming.
into the teeth of this."
Yeah,
he's yelling it.
Yeah, you can hear it. We played the video yesterday.
Yeah, unreal.
Inside zone. You know, it was
the guy who did his homework.
Yep. All right, so there you go. Bad Jalen Hurts is bad Jalen Hurts. They won the game. But it's interesting. Kevin said, I would almost guarantee it wasn't that Sirianni was mad that he went to AJ. It's not that that play couldn't have went to AJ. It was the way that it went. It should have went. He should have read. This is a slant to Devontae Smith. It's not a
better
AJ
option.
Brown.
There was a better option.
The better option. That it should have been a slant, and that's why Nick Sirianni was mad.
Why? Why? He sounded like Nancy Kerrigan. Why?
You know, it's Tanya Harder's birthday today.
Is it really?
It is.
Oh, sometimes you get lucky.
There you go. Why? 610-632-0975. We have feedback coming up next segment.
All
and the
right.
reaction on the phone lines and the text lines to what Nick Sirianni said today. And we're going to have to rank the Eagles insiders because does Bill Colarulo make the top 5 of Eagles insiders?
Is he a Mount Rushmore insider?
Is he? Where is he on the power ranking? And I'm going to let Ray, because Ray has very much been an anti-Colarulo Eagle insider guy.
You could have stopped that anti-Colarulo. You don't have to do the Eagles
That's
insider
true.
thing.
Cancel
a lot of inner strife here.
Cancel Colarulo
This station
is a hashtag on the show that has nothing to do with me. Brandon Dutz, our YouTube producer. Hashtag cancel Colarulo.
All the people that work with him.
A lot of internal strife. I never experienced this when I was working with Mikey Miss.
Never happened. Never happened as well.
Well done.
All right, feedback reaction coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
He knew the play. I'm Ray Dunn with this Fanatic Sports Update. You heard in the last hour Nick Sirianni's presser live here on Middays with Mark Sirianni, having to address a lot of questions about that 4th and 6. And Sirianni continued to be adamant that he knew the play. He knew the play. Whether Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown audible, not really answering that, but here is the back and forth with reporters.
I knew exactly what the play was that we were calling, and that was run in that moment.
So they didn't check?
I knew exactly what the play was in that moment, what we called, and what was
I guess
and what
the
did
greater
happen.
issue is why in the first 59 minutes was AJ never targeted beyond.
Were we in a debate?
Kind of felt like a debate there as things got contentious between the Eagles press and Nick Sirianni following the 10-7 win over the Packers. Birds getting ready for the Sunday night matchup with the Lions this weekend on Sunday Night Football. We'll continue to react to everything Sirianni had to say. Also in Eagles news, Jair Alexander has been placed on the reserve retired list, and with that, Jacorian Bennett has been activated from injured reserve. Elsewhere in the city, the Sixers with the win last night, 102-100 over the Celtics, and the Flyers back in action tonight against the Oilers at 7:30. You can listen to that game right here on The Fanatic. This update is brought to you by IHOP. With new IHOP value menu, all your breakfast faves are just $6 every day. Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP value menu, available every day at IHOP, $7 in some locations. I'm Ray Dunn, your home for the Sixers, Flyers, and the Union. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Naughty by Nature.
Is this Naughty by Nature?
I love Naughty by Nature.
What was their other song?
Well, they had Hip Hop Hooray and
Hip Hop Hooray.
Everything Gonna Be All Right, which was really called Ghetto Bastard.
Like a sampling.
Oh, they're all sampled.
Yeah.
Everything, like every instrumental that you have here is pretty much like G-Funk, that era, like 70s.
Yeah.
That's what Dr. Dre sampled. That's what a lot of those guys
Yeah.
from the 90s sampled. All those producers.
Yeah, I'm not up
Parliament Funk.
on my music game. I listen to what I listen to.
Well, me too. And that's why I listen to that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's rank Eagles insiders. Right now, Ray, and I'm going to put the spotlight on you because you have
You want
been
to draft them?
Well, I mean, let's just do a power ranking. Everybody has a power ranking in the NFL. What's the power ranking of Eagles insiders? And we can even start with number one. Who is considered the number one Eagles insider in the city?
Well, I'll start. I got to go T-Mac.
And before,
and I'm biased.
This is a combination of breaking news on a regular basis.
Yep.
Being somebody that you look to where it's like, okay, something's breaking with the Eagles.
Credible.
Yeah, like who is the credible source of Eagles insiders? You say T-Mac's number one.
Yeah, I believe it's thoughtful analysis and everything. I think he's the total package. He does not let emotion get involved in it. He's not in there to cross swords or anything like that. He's there to do a job, be a reporter. He reports. And, I mean, have you ever heard somebody say, T-Mac reported this? That's got to be false. Never.
And he's put out, well, remember that after the 23 season, he came out before the 24 season with an in-depth look of what happened that past season.
Yeah, I felt
and a lot of times you'll have fans that will be like, it's just the media making stuff up because they don't want to actually realize that there was something wrong in 2023.
Yeah, it's like when the whole thing happened with Carson Wentz.
Great report, yes.
San Liquido was getting bricks to his window.
Yeah, and he was right.
Yeah.
Everything he said was right. He was getting death threats.
But you become the bad man because you're reporting something that they don't want to hear.
And that's their job, is to paint an accurate like Tim's job was they just had one of the biggest collapses in Philadelphia sports history.
Yeah.
What happened? Something happened.
Where'd it go sideways?
What happened? And he had it.
And he dug in.
And it was great. Number one, any argument there, Ray?
No debate. Look forward to Fridays at 12:55 every week.
Yeah, I loved him too. He's a great guy and everything.
Yeah, Tim's my
so
guy.
I'm biased, but he is very good at his job.
Jeff McClain too?
I can't argue.
Right?
I mean, who's competing with him for two?
And nobody. No, and like Zach Berman, who we'll talk about. I love Zach, but Jeff's
more of a newsbreaker than Zach.
Jeff is more of a bulldog.
Yeah.
Jeff will put stuff out there that
he pisses them off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the back and forth
quite
with
a lot.
Nick. Yeah, that was good. That's good stuff by Jeff. All right, so who are we talking about? So
Eskin?
Howard?
For a mistyped wrong report?
But remember,
he's broken some big ones.
He had the when they asked him, they said, "Well, what was it with what's his name? The old wide receiver that Carson didn't get along with."
Alshon?
Alshon, yeah.
Alshon Jeffrey, yeah.
Yeah, he said on the air that it was Alshon.
Yeah.
What was it that he even said?
It's just
It was I have to Google it real fast. My memory's bad. So
I forget too.
I don't think we consider Howard at this point. I guess the question is, where does Bill Colarulo rank in the top five, if indeed he ranks in the top five?
Well, do you have Berman ahead of him?
I'll put Berman ahead of him just because he's been on the beat.
And he's on the beat. Like
And
Bill does a show. He gets good information. He's obviously got sources.
Correct.
But he's not on the beat.
But you tell me who's ahead of Colarulo. Because now we have three stories that he's been at. Because here's the other thing with Middays and Marks. I don't tolerate anything but 100% accuracy. And he's accurate. And he's usually the first on it. Ray, I know you would agree with this.
Yeah, he seems ahead of it a little bit.
Yeah, he's ahead of it. Yep.
Yeah, I got to give him his credit. I mean, clearly he's got
He had this
good
yesterday.
sources.
Yep.
Yeah.
I want to clarify because I believe yesterday what he had. And where I stood with the whole Brandon Graham thing when we had that big debate, he came here, puffing and puffing. I don't want to call it.
Thank you, 97.5.
I don't want to call it roid rage, but it was something of just anger coming at me. I didn't think he didn't have information on BG. My whole thing was they told me Sunday morning. We had Tim McMahon on the pregame show saying, it seems like it's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. If every national insider said it, I'm not giving you credit for being first when you say Monday he's going to sign.
But he still had the particular of Monday, and that's when he signed.
He said he's
this
signing
week.
this week. Nobody else had said that.
Yeah. He put his reputation on the line a little bit.
I consider Jimmy Kempski, although Jimmy Kempski had the conversation in the parking lot.
Yep.
That got major. They got major Eagles people mad at him.
So to this point, Bill, I don't question the information, but like what you said, being on the beat is a whole different thing. It's
a different animal.
But his reporting, he's had broken some big stories here.
Yeah, he said that they could target Jalen Phillips. They got Jalen Phillips. I'm glad they figured out the particulars.
That was the biggest because nobody had he had
wasn't
that.
on that radar.
He had that
Right.
Before everybody.
And I give him credit for that one.
Okay.
And even though Devontae Smith after the game told us that 1-11 will do what they want to do, Bill went out there, did the work for it, tried to figure it out. Is it maybe a little bit because he wants to save the bacon of his favorite coach? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there.
See, being on Sports Talk Radio is different than being a media guy.
No, it is. He's not a reporter. But also, and I'll say this, guys
break stuff.
But also, guys like Elliott. He doesn't report. He's an Eagles personality. There's Eagles personalities.
There's difference.
There's reporters like McClain, and then there's guys like Howard wasn't a newspaper reporter. He broke news.
But he broke news.
Is Bill Colarulo today's Howard Eskin, but in a good way? And I love Howard. I'm not talking bad about Howard. But is Bill from
the modern version?
Is Bill from the radio breaking news like Howard did from the radio?
He's got a really good success rate. The thing is different. Howard had it in all sports.
He did.
So we got to see how Bill does with the Phillies and the Flyers and the Sixers.
Right.
Because Howard's always down there, just lizarding around. Hey, what's going on, geez? I saw him last week at a Flyers game.
I know, he's the
and talked to him. Dressed to the nines. Bill's got to up his dress game, too.
Right.
Get a little sweater vest going every once in a while or something. But, no, he's doing a good job. And he's got sources. Like, when I hear Bill break something, I don't think, is this true?
It's not clickbait. I'm throwing stuff against the wall.
No, Bill doesn't do that.
Nope.
No, and thank God.
All right.
No, I think he's – I feel confident in his information.
Top 5?
Absolutely.
Top 5, Ray?
No, this is a rookie run here.
Give me 4 and 5 then.
This is C.J. Stroud in 2023. You got to see if you can sustain this.
You see if he goes through the whole league first.
Okay, fair.
So the hitters adjust to the pitcher.
Who's 4?
Who's 4?
Kemsky?
Well, throw Kemsky in there.
Kemsky,
Who's
Berman.
5?
Berman, Kemsky.
Well, they're 4, so give me 5.
Kevin Cooney.
I don't think Kevin.
He's a reporter and a talk radio host.
Are we missing somebody that we see?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm just going down I like E.J. Smith a lot. I like Bo Wolf a lot. These are guys that have been there.
Yeah, but they're not breaking news.
Yeah, they're
not
analytical.
News. But Bo Wolf's
they're
not
covering the
breaking
team.
news.
I give guys that are in the locker room
breaking news.
No, insiders breaking news.
Insider. You have information around the team.
You're moving the goalposts and you're not being objective. Is what
I
you're
am
doing
being
right
objective.
Now.
These are journalists that cover the team. He's a radio guy.
I think Bo Wolf does a great job. I don't know any breaking news that he had. Sorry. And I'm sure he's had plenty.
Yeah, I don't know about any accreditation for him
not
for
recently.
breaking something that nobody else had.
Not recently. We got to get to feedback before we run out of time. Let's feedback. Here we go. Let's go.
Now, it's time for feedback.
How about filling us in?
I can't lie! Email us at 975feedback at 975thefanatic.com.
Say it! Let me tell you something!
Or text us at 610-632-0975.
Let me tell you something else, man.
It's feedback on Middays with Marks.
All right, we got...
Not sure if Kevin Patullo is getting his plays off of Madden, but we need to get the ball to me. Oh, I meant AJ. He is open 24/7 like Wawa. Arthur Juan Brown from Philly.
Yeah, well, Arthur Juan, maybe they should play a couple games of Madden and then take those plays and then try them in the game.
When they have the little 3 plays you can pick from?
That's it. This idea that Nick Sirianni just said that it's just like, oh, well, so you just can't get him the ball. You can't just give him the ball because you want to give him the ball. Well, every other team with great wide receivers do that. Figure it out, man.
Great receivers,
I'm not doing a good enough job.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
When you're a criminally underutilized elite wide receiver talent and your team is the #1 seed in the NFC anyway, you bet your ass I'd be frustrated too. He's allowed to vent online. Dave from Philly.
Dave, my man, we are in lockstep with that.
I totally agree.
Yeah, you know what? No.
Criminally, he went.
Yeah, and it you know what? If he wants to go on a stream and say that release me in fantasy football, he can say it, and I don't care. And I don't think anybody down at NovaCare cares either, honestly, except maybe Jalen. But, going on Twitter and Instagram, if teammates have to answer questions about it, that's one thing. Nick Sirianni gets paid to answer questions, so he can deal with it. Get him the ball, and you won't get those questions.
He got his hair back up a little bit today, too.
It was fun. All right, what's next?
A.J. Brown not getting the ball might be a Jalen Hurts issue. Last year when Tanner McKee came in, McKee had no problem getting A.J. the ball. Brady from Norristown.
Yeah, that's the I would. It's a dream of mine that to just see what happens in that case. Not that I actually want it to happen because the Eagles are primed to win another Super Bowl, but to see what Tanner McKee would look like in this offense based on the small sample size we saw of him would be really, really interesting. You give him
I'm not that interested.
Well, you give him one game of when before teams can actually plan and game plan against him and make adjustments to him. He probably goes out there and flings the ball around. Put Tanner McKee out there against a crappy defense that doesn't have a pass rush. He'll throw for 300 yards.
Yeah. Well, the thing is if he's in there, there's no pressure either. The game probably doesn't mean much unless it's a must-win game and Hurts is unavailable.
And he's injured, correct. Yep. All right, what's next?
My favorite Dr. Seuss book is Ray You Say, Women All Day. Andy and Lambertville.
10 apples up on top. Ray You Say, what was it again?
He likes old ladies all day.
He likes
My favorite Dr. Seuss book is Ray You Say, Women All Day. Andy and Lambertville.
That's a good message, Ray.
Ray
I like
You
that
Say.
message. Attaboy.
All right. We didn't get to any of Ray's highlights because ESPN Plus didn't put the game up on.
Can we get to one real quick?
We don't have any. They didn't put the game up.
What is with this?
They didn't put the game up. We're gonna have to save it. We're gonna have to save it for Friday.
This and YouTube TV, and I had to get a subscription to Fubo.
Harry did the same thing.
I know. I told him how to do it. Surprised I didn't have to go over to his house and do it for him.
He didn't say that you gave him the heads up on Fubo.
I did. I'll show you the text.
Thank you.
I had to go over to Harry's house to hook him up with YouTube TV and put the freaking Roku stick in.
Did you bring
all 3 TVs?
Did you bring a screwdriver with you?
No, I just plugged them in, and it was so simple. He can't do it.
We have less than a minute to go in the show. What do you got?
The A.J. Brown situation is worse than the Owens one. Go do dumbbell presses and sit-ups in your driveway now, A.J.
No.
Jason in New Jersey.
It's not that bad.
No, it is not TO material at all.
I don't actually even think it's a distraction much at this point.
No, I think it's expected.
Correct.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think they're managing it.
Because the same thing that you
managed to get him the ball. How about that?
When I check in with some people that I know, this I see here the same
Eagles
thing,
Insider.
which is that AJ's still very well liked among everybody, people in the front office, coaching staff, players, and everything.
You see him blocking down the field for Saquon on that pass?
Damn right I did.
He was an animal on that.
Yep.
He ain't mailing it in. Get him the ball.
Coming up next is our Eagles insider, Bill Colarulo. He's fired Ricky Metallico. He's solo now. No, Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo, unfiltered. Everybody have a good night, and we'll talk to you later. See you.